Hello, is everything working all right? Can I be heard all right? Everything coming through? Still trying to set up here. Let me see. There's a little bit of a delay, so I won't be able to hear myself as soon as as quickly as you'd expect, but I'm here. Let me see. I just want to make sure everybody knows I'm on here. Okay. Let me know if anything sounds wrong or isn't working right. Let's see. I think I should be good for now. Yes. Okay. So I don't have any drawing ready already for this one. Um, I remember last stream I did doodle beforehand, but I've just been busy this morning trying to sort out things at my apartment. So I've been busy this week, even though I expected not. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. That's what I meant to say. I didn't expect being so busy, even though school is already over. I'm gonna doodle. I'll draw a Moomin. I'll just do that at first. People like him. People like Moomin. Everybody likes him. There we go. And I can see the chat as soon as it comes in this time. There won't be that issue this time, which is gonna be nice. Um, I'll repeat everything once more people start joining. Um, I'm still nervous, even though I've done it already. Like, this is my second time streaming. I'm still nervous. I think this nervousness won't go away. It's kind of like a performance anxiety. I mean, you know, I don't, I don't know what to expect. I'm also in a different, I have a different setup this time. I'm still using the same computer and the same audio hardware and everything. I'm still using OBS. It's just that I'm at my apartment this time rather than my parents'. So I hope uh, nothing crazy happens. I hope my roommates don't yell at each other. They like to yell at each other. So I hope there won't be any sort of interruptions like that. I also have to try and keep a little quiet to not disturb. Um, so if I do sound a little quiet, that's why I can always turn up my mic if it becomes a problem for you guys to hear what I'm saying. But I'm super excited. I enjoy streaming. I didn't realize that I would when I first started, like last week. Last week, oh my gosh, I was so nervous. I think this time I'm much less, which is very nice. Um, let me see. And it was odd. The nervousness didn't go away once I stopped. Like, once I stopped, I immediately was like, oh my gosh, what if I said something I didn't mean to say? What if I hurt someone's feelings, and I didn't know? Or what if I was annoying or something, you know? But I absolutely enjoy the time getting to draw and talk to you guys. I don't know how many people are in here right now. Maybe it didn't go through. Did it go through? Let me see if it did. I want to see if it Oh, we got two people. Okay, that's good. So, hello, two people. Hello, the two of you. Oh man, I really want to hmm, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do yet. I've been thinking maybe once I start doing this more and more, I can have like little sessions where I have specific what's it called, prompts, where like everything is themed for that stream. So I'll draw something that is on this theme and that's on this theme. Like this stream, I wanted to do something maybe let me see, kind of like nostalgic stuff. Like I've been rediscovering a lot of things that I really liked when I was a kid. Um, and not that I don't like them now, it's just that I haven't thought about them in ages. And I would love to draw those things. Like, oh man, it's so much fun. Like to rediscover something and then be like, oh my gosh, I forgot. I forgot about this. I forgot about you. You know, let me see. I hope everything's working all right. If anybody's trying to do something in the chat or something like that, I don't know. I just kind of dove in. I probably should have, troubleshooted a little bit more, but it's okay. I think I'll be okay. I'm not gonna do this as long as I did last time, which was 7 hours, which I did not expect. I did not expect to stream for that long. Um, I get tired. I get tired pretty fast when I'm talking to people. I'm more of an introvert, so I didn't expect being able to talk for so long. Like I woke up the next day and I had work, and oh man, I the next morning, the morning after, I had to get up at I think 7, and I had to be at work at 8, and it was midnight when I stopped. And I was like, oh my gosh, my throat hurt because I was talking so much. That never happens, you know, as shocking as that is to believe, with how much of a loudmouth I am in conversation. Um, I don't know. I'm one of those people that, like, the moment I start talking, I don't stop. Like, I don't want to, I get excited, and I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing to be excited and like the people that you're talking to, as hard as it is to control sometimes the urge to, stop talking. Yeah. But today, for this stream, I think I'm just gonna draw a bunch of fun little things. Gonna do some fun little doodles. I don't know who is gonna be here, if anything is gonna work. Um, but I'm glad it's already going so well. I expected everything to crash and burn. But if anybody has any questions or wants to say hello or anything like that, you know, it can be hard entertaining a bunch of people without knowing what's going through your heads. It's kind of hard to see in, when you're having to talk to yourself, I guess. So I hope, let me see. I think everything, yeah, everything is running as it should be. Let's see. Please excuse me. I'm looking around. I keep getting distracted. Let me see. If anybody wants to suggest any drawings, I would absolutely love to do those. Usually I have commissions and things open. My commissions are still open. It's just, I haven't been getting any of those, so I'm just gonna do some requests for now. And, well, I mean, I'm gonna do that exclusively for streams, because I don't want to, sell myself short, I guess is the term, you know? I have to stop myself. I have very bad self-control. Like, if I see somebody that has made, like, a character that I absolutely love, everything in my body tells me to draw that person's character no matter if they commission me or not. You know, like I just want to draw. Like that's just my brain. Like I love to draw. You know, it's my favorite thing. Last Oh man, last stream I got to, share some secrets, some little Easter eggs, if you will. Uh, let's see. Hello, talking for a couple hours straight has absolutely made me lose my voice before. Oh yeah. Let me know if that chat came in too late. I can fix some things. Yeah, absolutely. Talking, it'll ruin you. I didn't know that. I guess just 'cause I don't know, I don't talk too much in person. I make jokes and stuff, but I'm not a motor mouth. Which what was I talking about? Last stream, yes, last stream I was going over some little secrets, some hidden secrets, creaky sneakers. Um, and I'll be able to show that this time. I'll be able to show more. I have more hidden little jewels and gems that I have not posted on my Tumblr.com that I can show, like whip stuff or things that I are like during production of some things, or maybe even things that didn't get finished. You know, like little projects that I was like, this sucks. I'm not gonna finish this. This is a good movement. I like his little four-leaf clover. So I'll be able to show that later when more people come in. I don't want to, gatekeep any of that stuff, even though I just said that I don't post any of that. Um, I did one time. I did post, oh god, it was, I need to be, I don't know if I can find it, quickly now, but I was gonna make like a little edit of Little My with the Pac-Man Fever thing, the Pac-Man Fever meme. Uh, but I just didn't. Like I didn't. I I'm not good at editing. Like all the majority of the animation I do is I'm lazy and I don't like learning animation programs and software. So the 2D animation I do, the animatics and such, are just still images that I import into Premiere and then make them as sort of a slideshow or edit them on top of each other. Sort of. That's why I don't do, like, I haven't posted any fully finished animations I've done yet. Let me see. That looks wrong. So, like, just have folders and folders and folders full of finished drawings, just specific frames of animations. I showed that last time of my what was it? The Raggedy Ann animatic I did with Game Grumps. That oh man, that took me a long time. I might talk about it again today just because I'm really proud of the work I did. Like I think I did a really good job on cinematography, I guess you would call it. Uh for doing that, like the different shots I was able to do. I'm I'm good at drawing, but I don't know if I'm very good at storyboarding, and I really wanted that to be an exercise on storyboarding, and I think I did a good job on that. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that thing. Still, somehow, usually my pride of a thing I make wears off in maybe a few hours. You know, I'll make something and I'll be like, oh God, that thing does not look good. You know, it doesn't last. Gosh, if I wish it did. Like I wish I had like it'd be like lightning in a bottle if I could find a way to keep that uh like not joy, but like um I guess appreciation for the thing I made. But I guess it's a good thing too that um that I don't know, I don't settle, cuz if I do, then I won't have very high standards for the art that I make. I won't improve too much. There are, I don't know, there are people that I meet that I think that would be amazing artists. It's just that they don't ever really change. A lot of the work that they make remains constant. Um, their growth stagnates, and I feel like it's not a knock at them at all. absolutely not. I love the work no matter what. It's just, I wish maybe, I don't know, they would explore a little. Like, oh man, oh, I'm getting comments again. Yeah, thank you, thank you. The composition. I hope that didn't come in too late. Let me know if the comments are coming in late. Um, but yeah, I was really proud of the composition. The shot, the most difficult shot was the one where Ann and Andy. It was like the camera. It was a it was a what was it? A low angle shot. I would have called it a two shot, but it had Babette in the frame as well. It was when it was low on the ground and it was looking up sort of, and Ann and Andy were in the fore, or they were in the foreground. Yeah, foreground. That's the right term. That's the right word. But oh god, I lost track. I lost track of what I said. What was I talking about? Oh no, I forgot. Oh yeah, stagnating. Art. Yeah. Because I was that way for a long time when I was growing up. Like I didn't want to improve at all. I didn't see the point, I guess, or I just wasn't interested. Where is that little? Is it this? Yes. I didn't. I don't know. I didn't focus too hard on art. I didn't really see it as like a career or a passion yet. I didn't discover that. Um, I was too young. I was like, how old was I? 15, maybe? No. Before that, 13, around that age. Pretty young, but still glad I convinced myself sort of early to stick with art because I love this. I love doing this. Comments are a little laggy, but okay. Okay. Um, I was a little worried about that. Um, but I think we should be okay. At least I can see the comments as they're coming in this time. Last time it was like, last time it was awful. I didn't. Oh my goodness, it was it was really hard trying to see the comments as they were coming in because my screen is not like the one you're seeing. I don't have that little comments tab over, so I have like a second monitor up of my phone that shows my little comments. Let me see. Okay. All right. I just remembered that I have like a little stand for my phone. Let me fix up my. I have to move around all my gems and jewels. I'm sorry. I have a gem collection. I probably should post my gem collection. I keep saying I will, but I keep forgetting. All right. There we go. Okay. Now I can see the comments more clearly. Here we go. This is going to be much smoother this time. All right. I recognize you from last time. I'm glad you came back. uh, man, I get lonely. I get nervous. Um, I don't know. I think a lot of that. I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to say that I'm popular because I'm not. But I think when with me when I did see and meet people, like I've been recently meeting people who are so much more qualified than I am. Like Mod Mad I've met and they are so nice and kind, and they have so much more work done and they've done so much more stuff. I'm like, man, I do not compare to them, So it can be it can be really nice knowing that I'm trying to find the words for this. It can be humbling to meet other artists and creators and such and talk to other people because I don't know. For a long time, I didn't see myself as anything special or I didn't have anything to say. But now that I have like a blog and people are following it and a bunch of people are saying that my stuff is really good, I'm like, wow, I guess I do matter a bit, in the tent. It's nice to meet. Yeah, it is nice to meet people, like-minded individuals, people that make it cool stuff. ModMad is freaking cool. Like, I didn't know ModMad was a big thing when they reblogged my stuff. I was just like, oh, sick, this person. And then I found out that I found their, oh gosh, I found their Kickstarter for their book, and I backed the crap out of that. Like, immediately, I was like, whoa, I love that. Sapphic, Sapphic clowns, yes. Princesses, jesters, I love that. It's great. I wanna, I want that book. So now I'm gonna get that book. I'm excited. I want to get that book. I can't. Okay. Uh, yes. There we go. Sorry if I stop talking for a second. I have to focus. Like I focus sometimes on something. Okay. So yes, today, for this stream, I was planning on drawing and answering questions. Last time, a few people had questions on animation specifically, and I would love to answer those questions if anybody has those, because animation is hard, and getting advice on it can be rare or difficult if you live in a place that does not have anything like that. Um, okay, let's see. You do very much matter in your art. Thank you, Britt. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you came. I'm glad you came. Uh, well, I mean, yeah, I love you guys' art. I love your art, Lance's art. Oh my gosh. I was so like, oh, I didn't know what I was doing. When Lance asked me to join the Discord, I was like, oh my god, I'm special. I'm someone special. I'm doing something. I'm making something cool, and people enjoy it. When I started joining the Moomin Discord and things like that, when people were like, oh man, your art's really good. I didn't believe it for a long time. I try and stay humble and say, well, my art is pretty alright. I think it's okay. I think the art I make is good. Yeah, I think I'm much better than I used to be, which is not saying much. I drew Sonic exclusively when I was a kid, and it would not hold up today. Oh man, if I made a blog, like just exclusively all my old art and just like made a post today of like a piece I did when I was in middle school, I don't think, I don't think people would find it as attractive as the art I currently make, which I am certainly safe in saying. I think is yeah, I think it's safe to say that. There we go. I need to change. Ooh. Yes. Man. But yeah, the Moomin community absolutely has been a huge, I don't know, development, I guess, in the growth, my growth as an artist, which sounds silly considering, it's Moomin stuff. Zelda, did I talk about Zelda at some point? Did I do that? Oh, did I talk about Zelda? But yeah, I do like Zelda, but Moomin art, the Moomin community, in general is like, oh man, so nice. So many nice people. Huge influence on my art, getting a blog and doing things like that. Because, I don't know. I remember when I first got into Moomin, it was April of last year. And I did not post it. I didn't have a blog. I didn't have any sort of social media. And there's nobody, at least in America, finding people that like Moomin is incredibly rare. It is unknown here, so people are like, I don't know what that is. Like it. like people don't know what it is. Basically, is what I'm saying. What I'm trying to get at. Um, so I didn't really get a chance to talk about it with anybody that I knew in person, and at that point, I didn't really have many friends anyway in person. So I was just kind of stuck sitting on my art. The art that I would make. I didn't post it or do anything with it. I still have I still have a bunch of my old art. I can show it of my earliest Moomin drawings, and I have considerably improved. Thank goodness. I can show. Like, this is already a pretty good. I guess this is about the skill level I make in Moomin art, right? Let me see if I can find incredibly old art. Let's see. From maybe last year. Let me see. There should be some. 2019. Jeez, 2019. I remember you. You were long ago, 2019. Let me see. A lot of my stuff in my folders now is Raggedy Ann. I'm trying to sort through all my stuff. I have only probably make separate folders, shouldn't I? Just a folder for old stuff, new stuff, or maybe month by month. That way I could categorize. That'd be nice. Let's see. This I don't know if I've posted. This is very old. You can tell. When did I make this? August 2019. Yeah, I didn't know how to draw Moomin at that point. I was so confused. I did not know what I was doing. Let me see. There's gotta be other stuff in here. Even though I wouldn't want to show it. Let me see. Here. I think I've posted this one. I apologize that I'm just kind of sitting on a screen, but I wish I could record my my whole screen, but OBS won't let me do that for whatever reason. I'm trying to sort through. I could find really old stuff somewhere. This computer is relatively new, so I don't have very, very old stuff, thank goodness. I would not, I would probably delete my hard drive if I had all the stuff I had from 2016. Let me see. That would hurt. I wouldn't, I wouldn't want to do any of that. I wouldn't want to look at my computer or anything like that. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, yeah, I didn't know Yeah was in here. Yeah. Well, starting drawing is very hard, especially when you're an adult, because you feel like, oh man, I can't, I can't do anything. There's so many kids that are so much better than me. And I kind of feel that, I don't know, in general, just the rivalry is the word, I guess. Just jealousy of being like, oh my god, they're so much better than I am, and I am not. But, one thing that is consistent in most art forms,
Cardio
including
burns
things
fat,
like music
right?
and
No.
literature,
Cardio actually burns
when you're an
calories,
adult
usually in the form of carbs in the bloodstream
learning,
that are then
you learn
replaced
much
with the
faster.
very next meal that
You
you
know,
eat stored as more fat. This is why when you
I
even
know the
eat low-calorie
saxophone,
foods or run
and
for an
I
hour a
learned
day,
it when
it
I
seems like
was
you get softer,
maybe,
but you don't actually lose any weight. There
I
is
think I
a
was
simple
12
way
or
to
11,
completely transform your
and I'm
physique,
not very good
like,
at it. I'm still
say,
not,
Hugh
but
Jackman did for the
it took
Wolverine
me
movie.
about a year
Hugh isn't the
to
only one to get shredded seemingly overnight.
kind of pick it
Chris
up.
Pratt went from the
And
chubby, lovable
over
Andy on Parks and
high
Rec to
school,
the cover
I was
of Men's
homeschooled,
Fitness,
so I didn't
sporting
get the
a
chance to
killer
be in
six
a
pack.
band
Christian Bale starved himself to
and
skin and
play.
bone for a role just weeks
So
before rapidly
I
bulking up and
stopped,
building
and
himself into
I
Batman. So,
subsequently forgot
how
how
did
to
these
play
guys do
it,
it? It's gotta be
and I
steroids
joined the
or
band
designer
again
foods that the
in
rest of us
college,
don't have access to,
and
right? So we
I
know. The
didn't
truth
know
is that
anything. I didn't
Hollywood's
know what I was
elite
doing. I forgot how
actors
to read
can
sheet
get
music.
ripped
It was
while adding
incredibly
12, 15,
difficult.
even 20 pounds of
And
muscle in just a few
I
weeks
was
because
able
they
to
follow a long
relearn up
forgotten
to
and
that point
suppressed
where it took me
by
a
the fitness
year
industry secret
in maybe
that was
about a
used for
month.
generations of bodybuilders and
Um,
athletes before
and it was
steroids were
incredibly
even
stressful.
invented.
Don't get me wrong,
So,
but
according to
I was
studies,
able
there's
to do
one
it,
food
and
that can raise your overall
I
testosterone
think it's
levels
just
by
because your brain, like
52%
you don't,
and
like you're able
overall
to
sexual
focus. I
health
guess,
by
like it's just
79%.
you're able to retain
So, guess what it is?
information
I'm
a
going to say
lot quicker
probably
when it
not,
comes to an
because
art form
until a
and things
couple of
like
years
that.
ago, I had never heard of this food. It's
Is
got a
someone talking in the
super weird
background?
name, but what's cool is that you can
Uh,
literally start
I
eating
don't
this
know. Oh,
one food today.
I have. I'm sorry. I apologize. That was an ad. I told you there would be problems. Oh man, I had a window pop up on my browser. I apologize for that. Uh, I'm embarrassed, but it's okay. Um, yes, I apologize for that ad. But yeah, learning an art form as an adult, even though it feels uh like you're not getting anywhere, keep it up. Like you will get there. It will take a while, but it will be much quicker than if you started when you were younger. Um, Not to say that starting younger isn't beneficial at all. It absolutely helped me. Um, I Now that I'm in college and studying animation and such, there are a lot of older people, trying to do it. Like in my intro to 3D animation class this semester, one of the people that was in my class was, I think he was 56, and he had a hard time grasping, the I mean, anything with technology, advancement, anything like that. I had a hard time with it too, but having that, I guess, previous experience does help. But he did learn incredibly fast. You know, I was proud of him for stepping out of his comfort zone, I guess, and jumping into college again. It can be really difficult to do something like that. Um, there's a lot of pressure in that, and especially when it's something like changing majors. Like, believe it or not, I was I don't know if I should say this, but at some point I was so nervous about whether or not I could be an animator. I was considering changing majors for like an infosecond, and oh my gosh, the stress of like figuring out, okay, what can I do now? Like, um the obviously this didn't go anywhere. I didn't contact anybody about it. I didn't talk to anyone about it. It was just kind of like in my head, like I've been thinking about it, but I'm not going to do that. Because it turns out I really love animation. I love doing it. um but I did have a period where I was like, oh god, I am not as good as I thought um I could be at this point. I don't know if being an animator would be viable, you know, since I'm not as skilled and as driven as some other people. Motivation is a uh, huge thing in animation and art. Trying to find that, you know, motivation is very fickle, very hard to come by. So things like discipline in art and things like that are a good way to reach success. Um, Let me think. I have a good example. Um, my dad, uh, he's not an artist. He's not a professional or anything. I can make it. I know. Thank you for the support. Um, but my dad, he has a huge love for art, and he wanted to learn how to sculpt for a very long time. And in Nashville, I'm in Tennessee. That's where I'm from. So in Nashville, the capital of Tennessee, where music came from, Elvis played there a lot. There is a there's a sculptor, somewhat famous. He sculpted a replica of Athena in Nashville, the Parthenon. Very touristy attraction there. He sculpted that. He did a bunch of other public sculptures, and he has this little studio that you can go into, and he gives you a class on sculpting, which is basically just he would have a nude model there, and you could sculpt them for $5 when you go in. And for years he would go in, and he got to a point where he was incredibly good, but he just didn't have any confidence in that. Like he didn't feel like he was very good at all. It got to a point where that guy just had to go up to him and be like, "Hey, man, you're at a point where you can just, like people can commission you for things like this. Like you're really good at doing these nude sculptures. Like this is amazing." My dad, of course, didn't believe it, and he kind of stopped going after a bit. Um, but getting that motivation, like that guy that did all those sculptures, uh, when I was, I think when I was really young, when he first started going, my dad told me, I started getting into art, and my dad told me that that sculptor didn't let their kids or anything play video games or anything like that because, you know, they would get distracted and lose that, they would lose their focus on that. Motivation isn't the motivation isn't the end all be all when it comes to whether or not you can do art. You got to be able to force yourself to draw sometimes, and I feel that. Like especially now. Now that I'm done with school for this semester, like everything in my body and my brain is like, oh my gosh, you don't have to do anything. Like throughout the whole break, just don't do anything, don't make anything, just like relax. Of course I can't do that. you know I gotta keep making, I gotta keep creating. you know Even though I enjoy it, sometimes I can just be like, oh gosh, I don't want to get up and do this today. But of course I do it still, like except for I do have some bits where I go into like a slump. I shouldn't say that, I'm not as good as I say that I am at managing that. Like past couple days, like the only drawing I did was the one that I got to ask about, the centaur guy thing, toy guy. And I enjoyed drawing that, and I was away from the computer, and I got into a slump because I didn't draw for a couple days. you know, if I don't draw for a few days, then my brain gets wiry, and I'm like, I get crazy a bit. I'm like, ugh, everything in the world is against me, even though it's not. I just haven't drawn for a few days. I need to drink water and draw. you know, that's the thing that keeps me going. Keeps me going. You know. I wonder if I don't know if anybody else has that where that's kind of the case, where I don't know what that would be called, like just not doing something. It's not that it's routine for me to draw every day. It's just I guess it's just what my brain needs, to draw. So I don't know if that happens with anybody else or not. You know, if you get to a point where you're like, oh, I haven't drawn in 3 days and I feel like crap, or with anything, like I haven't written in a bit and I'm losing my mind. I haven't played my instrument in a while and my hands are clammy. Oh man, I did get that way about my instrument for when I was younger. If I didn't play it for a bit and then I was forced to play it again, I was like, oh my god, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. You know, I see. Yeah, an urge, I guess. An urge, sort of. I guess you could call that an urge. Yeah. I mean, it's not. I'm not trying to overcomplicate it, but it's not. I guess it's not conscious. It's just kind of like I get a case of the vapors, and then I realize, oh, I haven't drawn in a bit. Like that's the problem. Okay, I see. Yeah, but um, yeah, drawing is a lot of fun. I don't know if I should finish this. I should draw more than just this. Starting already on a completely finished drawing. I probably shouldn't do that. If anybody has any requests, I can take those now. I can finish that later and upload it. once I'm done with the stream, it'll be up on my YouTube. You can rewatch it if you want. I'll upload all the work that I've done during the stream on my Tumblr so that way you can see it if you've missed it or anything like that. Let's see. Oh, my pen is weird. There we go. Let's see. I can also, let me see. I can also show some things, hidden gems and jewels. Let me show these treasures. Hidden treasures. Let me see. Oh, this is good. I haven't shown this yet. If anybody remembers the hot food animatic I did, with let me see. The animatic with the OCs that I made, Talvi and Patarula. I have all the frames here. Like I have a big folder, and these are all the frames that I made with that. Oh, I'd love to see Little Mai recently. Yeah, I can do Little Mai. And I have all the frames here. I could show some of these while I work up the energy to do Little Mai. Um, all the individual frames I have. Let me see. I also for the shot with the bowl moving like this, I had to animate the smoke in, or not the smoke, the steam in Krita, free animation software, Krita. You can Google it and download it, and I'm not too big of a fan of it, but I manage for things like this, getting the animation to look right. And then I had to export it as a GIF and then put it in separately. Um, the different frames. Let me see if I can find the frame that everybody. Let's see. There we go. There we go. That's my magnum opus, the classic. Oh man. Yeah. That. Let me see. How many frames does that have? I think that has. Oh my goodness, 59 separate images, 3 for the title, and then for the bowl, that is 42 frames moving across the thing. Um, so yeah, just those individual drawings. I think I did that. I don't know how long that took me. I think maybe a couple hours. Like I really wanted to push it out. I don't know why. I just really wanted to get something done that day. Little Mai. I'll draw Little Mai. Little Mai, I don't draw very often, 'cause I get her head wrong. She's really hard for me to draw for whatever reason, her head. Um, oh goodness. I'm already having problems. Let me see if I can do this. It's 'cause her head is sort of, it's not perfectly circular, and her hairline, uh, is kind of odd, getting it to look right, and because it's just those lines, for her hairline, and then getting her eyes to fit correctly can be really it can be a challenge. Oh man, I should do. Let me see. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna do her on. She. What was she? She used a. It wasn't. Was it like a saucepan? She was sledding on a saucepan, or was it like a casserole pan, a casserole dish? I think it was a casserole dish she was using as a sled. Or no, it was a tray. Wasn't it like a silver tray? I'll just I think a saucepan is way more fun though. Like a walk. If she's sliding down Mount Everest on a walk, I'll do that. Man, I wish I had that much uh vigor, I guess, to, just use a walk as a device, to slide down. I went sledding maybe like once when I was a kid. Tennessee, warm weather. Um, so I don't usually get to see snow or anything. And I remember the only memory I really have of sledding, anything like that, is I face planted in the snow because I used one of those trash can lids to go down a kind of steep hill. I probably shouldn't have done that, but it turned me off from sledding and skiing and things like that. Like I don't know what I would do. I've never like seen like snow that's like a foot deep or anything like that. I've seen like a smattering or like a dusting of snow, but never like a big lump of it, I guess. I really admire anyone who anyways. Drawing consistently, oh man, it is incredibly hard. I still have difficulty with drawing things consistently. I mean, if you see my blog, yeah, drawing consistently, very hard. Um, I don't know what advice to give on that. Like, I guess making a model sheet would be a very good tool, a very good asset for drawing consistently. 'Cause oh man, doing that, like especially with the character that you've created, it can be really hard, remembering every detail or trying to get it to look right in a way, 'cause I have made characters before where I just can't use them just because I can't re redraw them right, you know. Man, I'm trying to think. Yeah, redrawing consistently. I've made one of my favorite things to do, though, once I've discovered that, yeah, using those orthographic sketches, as they're supposed to be called, like what's the other word? I'm trying to remember. My brain is foggy. Please excuse me. But reference sheet. That's what it's called. A reference sheet. Using a reference sheet, or orthographic sketch, like orthographic sketch. That's not the right word. That's for 3D modeling. But making a three. I'll show an example just to show you what I'm talking about. Let me see. I should have one around here. Where are you? Come on. I showed this last time. Sketch where it's like the front and the back, or maybe a three-quarter view, if you can do something like that, where it's a clear, like, oh, this is the reference for this character. This is what this character is supposed to look like in every angle. You know, it really helps. I don't know if I have any that I haven't shown though. Let me see. And I have some orthographics of different objects that I've made in 3D, like this one being the front and then the side of like a dresser, like different objects that you can do. Um, those always help, especially in prop design and things like that, so that way everything looks consistent and you have to redraw something. Let's see. Where are you? That's, yeah, uh, and for drawing something consistently, just making a big sheet of just redrawing that character over and over and over again, that always helps. Like, I had to do that with Raggedy Andy just because, God, he's so hard, like to get I don't know what it is. I think it's like everything about it, like the hair, the eyes, the face, like, I'm used to drawing Moomins, I'm not used to drawing dolls, and consistently and correctly, doing it right. You know, the style is very different, and having to replicate that in a way that makes sense is like, oh, this is ridiculous. This is hard, but it's always good to have that challenge. You know? Oh man, I gotta gonna okay. That's a good sketch, and then I can make another sketch on top of that sketch. drawing, yeah, it can be hard when you're first starting. I remember when I first started, I really wanted to get good when I was about maybe 8 years old. That's like when I was like, okay, I want to learn how to draw everything really well, and I started watching like tutorials on YouTube and stuff like that. And it just so happened that it sticks. Like it's not that I have like very good I don't know, focus. It's just that I don't know, I enjoyed drawing and I never stopped. So things like that, I guess I take for granted now, like knowing how to draw certain things accurately. You know, when you got that ask about drawing original Andy, I actually Googled original art of Andy. Yeah, they're incredibly floppy, and that's what can be really hard. I'll draw some more Raggedy Ann stuff today, just so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Like they're incredibly floppy, and it's hard to get that quality in if you're not paying attention. You know, because like with all the characters that I've ever drawn have bones. I mean, that's not a very out of place thing to say. You know, I feel like the majority of people that draw characters that have bones in them. So, drawing characters without bones or without any clear I don't know, ways that they bend their body, like it's so, and the rules change constantly with them specifically, you know, like everybody draws them in a different way. uh I have the book. I have the book with me on the animated Raggedy Ann and Andy by John Canemaker. It's the book that went along with the movie, that details the production of it, and you know the problems that they had and the trials and errors and tribulations, I guess, the issues that they had. And each animator, each person that storyboarded had a completely different style for drawing those characters, and it is very evident. So drawing them can, like, you know, in a way that looks right, uh, and trying to like pick and choose exactly what design aspects you like of certain animators is really hard. You know, like Richard Williams drew Raggedy Andy and the whole sequence of No Girl's Toy, and that looked really consistent. It's just that, you know, later when other animators would come on, like oh goodness, what's her name? There are other people. Oh my God, I'm blanking. I'm blanking. I swear, I know about this movie. I swear. I swear. People like Grim Natwick and others that I currently can't think of. Grim Natwick, Corny Cole, others. Um, they all had their own way of drawing those characters, and it could be really hard to pick, like, okay, I like this design aspect, I like how this person did their eyes, I like how this person animated their hair, but like other times it'd just be like, oh God, I don't know what I'm doing. You know, like I don't know what I'm getting into. I don't know what this means. Okay. I can get into how I draw snow and stuff, since I'm doing her sliding down a massive hill. Let's see. Snow and grass. How I draw snow and grass. Let me see if I can. This will be interesting. I can do background stuff. I'm probably not gonna. I don't know if I'll be able to finish. Uh. Uh. Little Mayan time to do more drawings, but I can at least show how I do snow and grass. Because I don't know if I've seen anybody else do this sort of style for snow and grass that isn't, I don't know. I don't know what the word would be. Like I'm sorry I'm not the most wordy today. I'm I don't know, I woke up not too long ago. So having to get over the sleepy. Even though it's noon, I stayed in bed pretty early, pretty late. That's the word. So, let me see. I need to shrink your head in. Need to do this. Get this right. It'll bother me if I don't. There we go. Something's. Yes. Okay. There we go. That's right. Okay. Snow. I like to draw snow and grass by making. Let's see. I'll do this on a background, like so. I think it's too bright. If I do this, and then I make little lumps. Since she's moving down a hill, I'm gonna give the effect of she's quickly going down, sorta. Put those motions lines in lower. Okay. I really like oh gosh, I don't remember who did that art, but it was I feel like somebody in here would know who, but the the person that did the tall Snufkin hat in the it was the concept artist uh for Gutsy that did the really tall Snufkin hat. Like if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But the way they drew snow and stuff like that, I really like it. I really like how it's like lumpy and like a mass sorta. Like I love that. Let's see. I love the shape of the paint. Absolutely determined, absolutely wonderful, astounding, beautiful creature, elegant, graceful, never the same, show-stopping. I don't remember the other adjectives she used in that, but oh man, I love Little My. I slept on her the first time I saw Moomin. I was like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. And then I was like, I'm an idiot. You know, I'm an idiot. I should have known better. Should have known. Okay, I got a good base here, and since she's going downhill, the snow will look like I like to make humps and lumps like this. I think I don't remember who exactly did this. That I was like, wow, I want to do that too. It could have been someone weird, like maybe. Oh gosh, what's his name? Uh, oh crap, I'm zoning again. I'm zoning out. The guy that did Powerpuff Girls and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Forget his name. I think his style of drawing. I love that contemporary-ish sort of um, celluloid style. Is that what that is? I love that. What's his name? Yeah, the concept artist was, yes, I love her art. Yeah, that's what exact. Because I knew you posted about it, and I was like, oh man, I love that. I love that tall hat. I love the how everything's kind of just like it's color coded, like it blocked in. You know, not worried too much about small detail. I tried to do that in my most recent thing I did, where Moomin was sitting outside of the wind. He was looking out the window, and there was snow piled on like the top of like the not the it's not the like the roof. I guess like the way the roof extends out for the window, like there's no eaves on it, but yeah, like the way the snow piles. I just love that. You know how it's fluffy and smooth. You know, it looks so nice. There we go. Maybe if I yes, there we go. Okay, I'm getting somewhere. And now if we look here, it kind of looks like snow and clouds. And yeah, that's how I draw clouds too. I just forgot. Clouds. I like to do those as well. Whenever I get nervous, I draw clouds because they're just so soft and squishy and nice. And I used to have dreams when I was a kid that I could fly and stuff like that. And gosh, I miss those. I love those flying dreams. Flying dreams. Man, I hadn't had one in a long time. I think the last one I had was I had a toy when I was a kid that was like a biplane, and it had like pedals in it, and I could get in it, and I could pedal, and it would move. It was like a little, it was like those Barbie cars that are like electrical. It was like those, but before Barbie cars. So I had one of those, and I remember I had a dream like a few years ago that I had that, but it was way bigger, and I could actually fly around in it, and it was, oh man, I absolutely recommend everybody do that at some point. Would recommend, would recommend a flying dream. Lately, my dreams have been um like weirdly stress, like not, they haven't been nightmares or anything. It's just that they're weird, like weird things happen, and I'm like, why am I here? Like, why am I having to deal with this? Like, or it'll be a dream where I get something or something opens. Like, I had a dream once that right next door to my house, a store opened and they carried Moomin merch. Like dreams like that where it's like, oh man, that's great, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh man, that's not real. you know, like, well, I mean, I would have spent all my money in there anyway, so I'm kind of glad that that didn't come true. I would be poor. I would be poor and I wouldn't have any money. Yes. Oh man, I gotta. I worry about that. It's like I just downloaded an app called Mercari, and you can like buy and sell stuff. It's like it's kind of like eBay, but like better. Uh, and I don't know if they have it in other countries other than America, but gosh, I look on there and I look at like Moomin and Raggedy stuff, and I'm like, dude, I gotta get off this. Like I can't, like my wallet will be loosening from my pocket. It's like I can't do that, man. I can't do it. Not again. Not today. I have to pay rent. I have a rent to pay. I got bills. I got all that to do. Got all that to cover. Worrying about that. This looks really nice. I like how I did the snow in this one. I expected this to look more, I don't know, different, but I like how it came out. Let's see. Mm, and then I can, I'm gonna change, no. Uh, this is, there, yes. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me see. Gotta tweak with the little settings sometimes. And then I can make little, really bright bits of it. Really bright, really bright bits. Bright bits. No. Let's see. I'm excited to, like, I'm trying to develop, like, quick ways to do things like this, like snow and, things like that, because I want to really get good at illustration, like easily describing, like, oh, I see what this is, I see what's happening. She's going down a massive hill and snow, and there's the white stuff is snow, and I see how it's like stylized. I like it. Wanting to figure out how to do that in a way that's consistent yet fun every time. Let's see. There we go. Let me think. Because I haven't had any sort of illustration classes or anything like that. I want to get better at it, and I want to learn how to do it. Because in the spring, I think I'm gonna start illustrating for books and things like that. If I ever get back to an email, I gotta remember to do that. Um, because oh man, I love books. I say that, and yet I haven't read a book cover to cover in a long time. Other than the animation books that I have. Let me see. I have the Richard Williams Animator Survival Kit. I have a history of animation book I got at an antique store that is incredibly outdated. And I have the Raggedy Ann book, and I have a book on the plague. Those are all the books that I have on my desk. have the Raggedy Ann stories and the Raggedy Andy stories. Let's see. Yeah, I got those all on my desk. A great mixture, I guess. I don't know. Pretty odd, I guess. Yeah. Do you want to see my Raggedy Ann book collection right next to my books about the bubonic plague? I love I love history stuff. I don't know, man. I just like history. It's interesting. Even if it's like scary or like sad or weird, history in general, very fun stuff to go through. History. Um, Animation history specifically super interesting to me. I didn't think I would be interested in it at all. And then I picked up that book and I was like, wow, that's a whole nother thing I gotta get into, huh? You know, whole nother thing I gotta invest in and spend all my time researching. You know, whole nother thing to love. Busy, busy loving a new thing. Yeah. Let's see. I hope this is starting to look normal, because in my mind it looks right. In my mind this looks like snow. But I hope that that's not just my brain like getting used to it and like something being wrong with it. You know, sometimes when you're drawing, like you'll make something and you'll be like, "Oh man, this looks great." And then you post it and then somebody later will be like, there's like a there's a problem with this or here or that," and I'll be like, "Oh my God." Or like I'll notice it later, like now that I've had like time to rest my eyes off of it, you know? Like it happens. Not frequently, but enough to where it's like, oh, this is a little bit of a bother, you know, like having to fix the things I make every now and then. Let me see if I can turn this. There we go. There we go. Snow. Snow going on. Bunch of snow. I want to go somewhere where there's a lot of snow one day. It's really cold here, but we never get snow because we kind of live in a basin. I live in the middle, so there's like the cold fronts just go over, so we don't get any sort of snow or anything like that, and it can be disappointing. You know, the only snow we get lasts maybe moments, and then like the moment it hits the ground, it just turns to water. You know, I guess the ground is too warm. Like I don't know how that happens. You know, we did get a lot of snow, I think last year, which was really exciting. Everybody really liked that. We never get it. It's kind of like was it in California how like rain is incredibly uncommon. Apparently in California, I had a friend that lived there for a long time, and when they came back and like it rains like every other day here, they're like people would freak out. you know, like in California, people would like freak out, panic, go outside, run around. School would be let out if it started raining. I was like, wow, that's incredible. Raining is it's just such a common occurrence. But then again, I guess it's the same thing with people who say, oh, it snows every day here. I guess it's very interesting commentary. I know, talking about weather, weather pattern. I guess I'm just used to talking about weather. To being in customer service, the only real commonality that I can talk to people about, comfortably is how are you liking the weather? The weather treating you nice? But when yeah, it gets, oh man, I cannot stand it hot. Like, one thing that's very common, and I don't know if this is common. I think this happens all throughout uh south, like the southwest, the southeast. Ugh, my brain. But hot, like wet and hot. Oh man, awful. Summer, it doesn't get. It gets really hot. It gets to like 100 degrees. but it gets humid. It's like, oh Christ, like it just rained the night before or something, and then the ground like it's all damp, and then like the morning, like the moment the sun comes up, there'll be steam everywhere just 'cause like the water will evaporate off the ground, and you can't see it. It's like fog, you know. It gets so dense, and like the you could cut through the air with like a butter knife. Like it's nuts, you know. It gets so uncomfortable. Yeah, but I mean, sometimes depending. I I'm one of those weird people that I like harsh weather. I really like hot, and I really like cold. You know, even though it makes no sense, like complete opposites, I still enjoy them. You know, both just as much as the other. You know, I would not mind living with Snow Miser or Heat Miser. I like them both. You know, either one of those. Let's see. There we go. I should. It's been so long since I've watched that movie, dude. Is it a movie or is it a short? I don't remember. What animation studio did that? Um, was it the same studio that did Rudolph? I don't remember. I'm not. I. My my mother celebrates Christmas, but everyone else in my family is not Christian, but we still celebrate it. Um, and I still appreciate it a lot. You know, getting to spend time with family, and it makes my mother happy and all those things. But so I still grew up with all of those like Christmas movies and things like that. Uh, and I'll talk to I have several Jewish friends, and I'll talk to them about those things like that, and they'll be like, "Oh, I wasn't allowed to watch that," and I'll be like, "Oh, well, I don't know, I don't know how to describe like because some of those things are I think um if you like cartoons and media and things like that, I'd recommend watching I'd recommend watching Rudolph. You know, it's not great, but I'd recommend it. You know, I mean, I've watched Eight Crazy Nights. I've watched things of other places, you know. I still enjoy it. Like Adam Sandler, gosh. When I was talking to one of my friends about it, Eight Crazy Nights, and then he was just like, dude, yeah, I met Adam Sandler, and I asked him about Eight Crazy Nights, and he was incredibly offended that he asked about that movie specifically. And I was like, yeah, good lord, it's good. I don't know, Adam Sandler. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I personally, his movies, I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of Jack and Jill and things like that. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of live action stuff. Kind of odd, I guess, considering I'm an adult, and but I love animation. Like that's the love of my life. I will be with animation until the day I die. You know, I finally call, but yeah. I did hear about that. I didn't know that in Europe, air conditioning is not a commonality in Europe. Um, Probably just because it doesn't get too blisteringly hot. Despite this past summer and the summers before have been really hard on Europe. But air conditioning, it's incredibly common in America. Everybody has it. It's considered a necessity just because the variable on whether or not it can be really hot or really cold. Um, oh gosh, it can be life or death. Like I've had times where it'll be in the middle of winter and the air conditioning will go out and we don't have any heat. We have to go out and buy a space heater and try and like huddle in one room like a bunch of penguins. you know, it's like trying to live. It's like, oh, how did my ancestors do this? How did my forefathers, the ones who traversed across America, the ones that I don't know, the ones that I don't know, the settlers, the early settlers, the people in New Hampshire. How'd they do that, dude? That's freaking crazy. Nobody talks about New Hampshire, and yet, you know, didn't that? Yeah, New Hampshire. That was where the country. That's where the country of America started. That's when settlers came. Yeah, people that they messed everything up. It was already good here. Why'd they have to do that? Why'd they have to bring smallpox? That sucks, dude. It's like, I'm gonna stop talking about some smallpox. Uh, Christopher Columbus, great, horrible guy. Absolutely hate him. I like Wacko. I like Wacko. I like how he covers all of the states and their capitals. I prefer that. Let's make Wacko the new like Christopher Columbus. Let's do that instead. Let's make him like the face of America. No more Uncle Sam. It's just Wacko Warner. That would mean that Yakko would have to be. He'd be like the Globe. That wouldn't. Did Dot ever have a song where she did something like that? I don't remember. I watched Animaniacs when I was a kid, but I didn't. Crap, I'm trying to remember. Did Dot ever have a song where she did something like the state? Like, I remember the states and the capitals. I did that when I was in school, and I remember the countries of the world. I did a lot of School of Rock. Like I'm just a bill. All that. But dude, I will draw Wacko next. I will draw Wacko. Oh man, I think I haven't drawn Yakko or Dot yet. I don't think. But I did draw Wacko when he was sitting on top of the water tower. Uh, I think didn't I visit the Warner Brothers studio once when I was a kid? I feel like in my brain is trying to tell me that I did, or that I did at least see the water tower at some point. Yeah. She does in the reboot. Oh man, I gotta see the reboot. I still haven't, and it's a shame, cause I've been rewatching a lot of like cartoons lately. Like lately I've been, or not like whole series or anything. I've just been like looking into cartoons that I used to watch again, like just to say, like I've been watching My Life as a Teenage Robot, and it's a great show. I've been watching a lot of Dexter's Lab. Um, Let me think, what else? I found a bunch of the old Care Bear stuff, and I've been trying to watch it. It's hard to watch. I don't know how I was able to watch it so much when I was a kid. It was like my favorite thing. Um, I I really gotta watch Animaniacs. I gotta take the time out and watch Animaniacs because I've been watching like little clips of it, and gosh, it's so funny. Like, dude, I'm so glad it's back. the it's the thing that we needed. It's the show that we needed. I need to pull you, and yeah, there we go. Something looks wrong about it, but I'm just gonna deal with it. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. I need to get better drawing Little Maya. I really gotta like put in effort, to draw her better. Okay. I hope that is good enough. For the person that asked for Little Maya, I'll draw Yakko and Wacko and Dot. Let me see. I love that Toonie style. I miss it. Where it's the rubber hose sort of style. Like let me see. Let me see if I can do them from memory. Uh, 'Cause I love that yeah, just like the dot eyes and like how the hairline is like the eyebrows like this, and oh man, it's just so much fun, you know, that style specifically. It brings back a lot because I used to watch when I was a kid. What was his name? Felix the Cat. Oh man, I had a ton of those. Like I had like a random VHS when I was a kid of just like a bunch of Felix the Cat stuff, Felix the Cat cartoons, and there's like a soft spot in my heart for character designs that are just like the black body and the white like face mask sort of situation and the Pac-Man eyes. I love that uh style so much of that sort of thing. I should draw Felix the Cat. It's been so long. I used to draw Felix the Cat a lot when I was growing up. I loved that show. Felix is still on his back. When I was a kid, I didn't watch that one. I watched the really, really early ones, where before he had his bag, it was goodness, uh, Bold King Cole and the Goose That Laid the Golden Eggs. Like those shorts I had on a VHS. It was before he had his magic bag. I just remembered that. Yeah, that's right. You ignited a little memory. You a core memory. You brought back a core memory. Uh, man. Let's see. I think this is right. Yeah, that's how he looks like. I can color. Man, cartoons. I miss cartoons. Like cartoons where it's just like fun for the sake of fun. Like, I don't get me wrong. I love like Steven Universe and things like that, where the point is to have a lesson, but just having a cartoon for the sake of entertainment. So it's just so like relieving. You know, I feel like that's what kind of Animaniacs is for me. Just having fun for the sake of fun. You know, and it's good to have that in this horrid, horrid year. you just having some sort of like place to relax with that. I don't know how to draw his hat. Jeez, how it fits on his head. I think it goes like this. Yes. It's interesting, but it's not. I'm gonna do a different. I'm gonna do a pose. Cause it's not tickling my funny bone yet. It's not doing anything for me. Let's see. I'm doing that thing I talked about how I recommend people don't do this, and I'm doing it last stream. Doing the standing pose, where it's just character face, 3/4 angle, smiling, standing, like how to get out of that, that, oh gosh, it's just like a loop of doing that. I'm gonna draw him holding a big sandwich. uh, cause sometimes, man, uh, finding a pose is incredibly hard for me. Um, or at least a pose that I think is interesting, or something that I want to, draw for a long time or work on. Uh, posing. Yeah, I still have problems with it, but I'm getting better at it. I think, you know, trying to have an interesting composition or interesting pose the whole time. Yeah, something I look forward to. Uh, Olives, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, because as fun as it can be to draw the 3/4 angle, as useful as it can be for things like drawing a character consistently, like before, uh, it it loses its luster after a bit. As sad as it is to say, I get I I wish I could stay happy just drawing the same 3/4 angle. There we go. Yeah, Wacko Warner, the he they icon. Here we go. Uh, there we go. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to remember any other cartoons I watched when I was a kid. I watched a lot of stuff like let me think. Strawberry Shortcake. I remember because I had a doll of her and she smelled really nice and I enjoyed that immensely because I liked having stuff that smelled like really nice. Because I remember, oh man, this brought up another memory. I'm getting off topic again. Uh, I was afraid to pull my teeth out when I was a kid. It sounds silly, but it's true. I was afraid to do it. So, I had to go to the dentist a lot and get my teeth pulled out by the dentist. So I would have like the laughing gas he would give me, and it got to a point where he or no, what happened was he they like at that clinic specifically, they would have like the little nozzle that, like, imagine that this is the tube of laughing gas, right? And then it has the tube, and then it hooks up to you, and you're smiling, sitting there. And then there's like that little mouthpiece that they stick on that looks like this, and then they stick it, and it goes on like your mouth like that. Well, at that specific clinic, they had like those little mouthpieces. They had disposable ones, and they came in different smells and flavors. So I remember I would get the bubblegum one. Like there was like a bubblegum smell flavor, and I would like be knocked out to the smell of like bubblegum, and then I would have like a tooth missing. And oh, this isn't looking right. Let me see. It might just be his face is too long. And I remember my dentist would give me the he would give me the thing, like that little mouth nose piece thing after we were done, like as like a, I guess a trophy, like a thing to keep. So I would just like keep those. Like I had like five of them because I kept going to that dentist to get my teeth pulled out, and I would just have like a bunch of I would have like an array of different smells at my disposal just to have. And it was great. My friends were jealous. They were like, "We don't even have one, and yet you have like 12. Like that's not fair." All because I was afraid to pull my teeth out. But that reminded me of Strawberry Shortcake because her toys are scented, and I remember having one of her and really liking the smell of the strawberries, the fake chemical smell of strawberries. Yeah, I miss that smell. I think they make candles with that smell, and I want to kind of find a candle, even though it doesn't smell particularly good. I always loved Dot growing up because I had two big brothers. Oh man, I'm the big brother. I have a younger brother, and oh man, I was not like Wacko, Yakko. I was not like Yakko. Uh, when I was a kid to my younger brother, I pestered my brother a bit more. I still kind of pester him, but it's all for fun. I mean, what can you do? It's my job as a older brother to mess with him sometimes, you know. It's not my fault. Yeah, it is. It is my fault. I'm nice to my brother now. I don't like messing with my brother too badly now. I don't want to hurt his feelings or anything like that. Here we go. I think that was the problem. Maybe it's the face is too small. That might be the problem. I'm happy with it. I'm satisfied. I don't draw Wacko every day. This is pretty good for someone that doesn't draw Wacko every day. I wish I did draw Wacko every day. I keep forgetting. Keep forgetting to draw Wacko every day. There you go. Man. Being an older brother, I don't know if this is common information. I don't have it in my bio, but I'm trans, so I was an older sister, and then I became an older brother, and my brother had like a little bit of culture shock with that. He was like, "Oh," he was like uncertain of like what he could do with me now because like for a long time he couldn't like hit me back or anything because I was a girl, and then it got to a point where like he could like punch me and like hit me and stuff, and it was great. We could roughhouse. So we got like I have memories of like roughhousing with my brother, which is freaking awesome. you know, like that's one of the things that's like really cool. Being a big brother, being able to roughhouse. Man, if I ever have kids, I'm not gonna encourage it, but I'm gonna hope that they roughhouse because roughhousing, dude, it's a lot of fun. I absolutely recommend it. If you have a sibling, even if you're like 30, or like, even if you're 30, go ahead, go in their room and like just like, I don't know, go crazy, get them in a headlock, grab their stuff, uh, just go be chaotic, Go crazy, go stupid. I recommend it. I don't, well, I don't endorse it, but I would not say that it doesn't feel good to do those things. Of course, be kind. Yeah, wrestling. I think there's just something natural about wrestling. Just wanting to, fight. I know it sounds silly, but like wanting to I don't know, sometimes I get chaotic. Sometimes I I get in that, I don't know, mindset where I'm just like I want to bite something. I have a little my in me. I have like a little what's that called? When you have when you have like a goblin in you. Is that what it's called? A goblin? Like no, yeah, it's not a god. I don't know what the expression is, but you know, when you have that little thing in you that's like, yeah, I have like caveman energy. I want to like break something. I want to hit something on my head. It's like the monkey's coming out, dude. The monkey. I want to go back and be monkey. That's coming out. My monkey is happening. It's great. Getting to be monkey. Oh man, I wish I could go back and be monkey. It's always good. That's always like a. Uh, I feel like that's a very common want now, just to like revert. Like I know that sounds weird, but like there are a lot of those posters like, hey, that was quite a tumble. You want to join like the like it just become like that post about that guy becoming a mushroom. Like I felt that in my soul. It's like, oh man, it's like, hey, you took quite a tumble there. You want to join the mushroom colony and we can like live off of this little log and become spores? It's like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I want that. I want to live in a mushroom colony and become spores. I want that badly. But no, I gotta be a human being. If I am human, you guys don't know that. You don't know if I'm human or not. I could be anything. I could be a dog. You don't know. It would be cool if I were a dog. I remember as a kid wanting to be a dog really bad. I was like, Mom, why am I not a dog? Why can't I be a dog or like a cartoon or something? Why can't I be an animaniac? Why can't I look like Freakazoid? And then she'd be like, I think I failed as a parent. My kid wants to be Freakazoid. I'd be proud of my kid if he wanted to say he wanted to be Freakazoid. I'd be proud. Or she, or they. I think that'd be freaking rad, dude. Yeah. I miss Freakazoid. Where's he at? I'm a Moomin. I wish I was a Moomin. It'd be cool if I was. Because then I could. Then I would only be like. What's that? I don't want to make fun of him, but oh gosh. Lance said that 11-inch tall Moomin is what, like 67 pounds? I mean, if I were 11 inches tall, I think I would be 11 inches tall, and I would also be 67 pounds. That's like a ridiculous, that's a crazy amount. That's a, imagine how dense that would make me. I would be very dense. It's like, oh, anyone on the internet now is basically Freakazoid. Yeah, dude, I should watch Freakazoid. I'm, who made Freakazoid? Was it the same guy that did, no, Freakazoid. I'm gonna draw, I don't know. I said I would draw Raggedy before. I'll do a quick summary of how Raggedy is done. How to do Floppy. Yeah, Floppy. But yeah, Freakazoid. I miss Freakazoid. Everyone is Freakazoid on the internet. I just remember that one clip that kept circulating of it was a police officer that was talking to Freakazoid and he's like how come you're not married? He's like, I like meat too much. He's like, you can be married and still like to eat meat. He's like, huh, I didn't know that. It's like, wow. I watched this as a kid and I didn't think anything of that. Like, liking meat is, I guess that's true, huh? I'm too bi to get married to a woman. That's actually kind of like heartwarming, isn't it? Yeah. You can be bi and still get married to a woman. You can still like meat. What am I doing? I'm trying to zone. Trying to get in there. Goodness, what pose should I do here? Last pose I did was freaking weird, like this. Cause I like to meat meat too much, isn't it? Uh, liking meat too much. I don't eat meat. I'm a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian for 5 years, and everyone's surprised every time I say that. Um, I don't miss it. Um, I just sometimes it smells really good, and I'm like, man, if they made it into a candle, I'd smell the candle. I wouldn't light it because then my room would smell like fried chicken, and then it would be kind of like awful. But uh, yeah, I like the smell of that. It's like when KFC did that promotion where let me think. KFC did a promotion where they made a sunscreen that smelled like fried chicken. That was a real product that you can get. I don't know why they did that, but they did. And isn't that great? We live in a society where um fried chicken sunscreen exists, and yet there's a hole in the ozone layer. It's like, oh, great. Isn't that nice? Yeah, for 5 years I've been a vegetarian and I don't miss it, which is odd. A lot of people would think, well, it's been so long. And it's like a huge part of people's lives. Like right now, Christmas coming up. Yeah, I can't eat the Christmas ham, but I can make veggie lasagna. I like lasagna. Mm, there are other things I can replace meat with, which is always nice. I don't have to worry about eating a eating any ham or turkey or chicken or anything. Chicken was the hardest to give up, just 'cause being a southerner from the backwoods of Tennessee, it's like fried chicken is a very, very normal commodity here. The, an overwhelming majority of people here eat fried chicken. It is not the the stereotype is true. Southerners love fried chicken, and people eat it every day. Um, but yeah, that was very hard to give up. Other than that, red meat, stuff like that, no. Pork was I think the soonest to go, even though bacon is nice. I'm a veg too, and honestly, the sides were always the best part. Yeah, I love, oh man, some red spuds, things like that. Potatoes, mac and cheese. The sides, you could live off of that, man. Even though some people are like, well, that's not a meal. You can't you can't subsist off of potatoes alone. Yes, you can. Nutritionists have said before. I'll say it before and I'll say it again. You can live off of sweet potatoes. You can. I promise. It's true. Sweet potatoes. They're actually one of the most like what is that? One of the most nu- one of the most like it has all the nutrients that you need to survive. Like if you were on a stranded island, you could eat hypothetically, you could eat sweet potatoes and live, a normal human lifespan. But geez, I don't. I like sweet potatoes just as much as the next guy, but I don't know if I'd be able to live like happily subsisting off of yams. I do like those purple sweet potatoes though. The ube sweet potatoes, I think they're called. Just like the Irish. I think I have part Irish. I think I do. I think one of my great grandparents or something had like a O'Neill sort of name. an O prefix. So I think I have that in me somewhere. The love of potatoes comes from. Not that they had any choice in the matter, to eat all those potatoes, subsisting off that. Did you know that potatoes are indigenous to America? Potatoes came from America. Isn't that nice? America is responsible for beaver and potatoes. And I think like what else is there? Mountain lions? Yeah, New World animals. New World parrots. All those things. Yeah. We are responsible for macaws. Macaws are nice. I'm not responsible for that. I'm not native here. I'm a white man. Sorta. I'm purple. I'm purple. That's what I am. Oh man, just like the Irish. I miss the Irish. I miss all the Irish people. I had some Irish people in my stream last time. Um, what did who said that? Was that someone said that something about pickles. The Irish call pickles something. I don't remember what it was though. What did the Irish call pickles? I'm too I don't. That's what happened to the buffalo. Yeah, the buffalo. Yeah, I feel bad for them. F's in the chat for the buffalo. I feel, and I mean, at least I don't know. I shouldn't say that. That's not true. There are still some buffalo here. It's just that they're not the very special, beautiful, enchanting buffalo that we used to have. You know, I miss. You know what I do miss is the Tasmanian devil, or not the Tasmanian devil. It's what's the Australian Tasmanian tiger? Gherkin. Yeah, gherkins. Glizzies. Glizzies. Glizzies, gherkins, sausages. I miss the Tasmanian tiger. That's three separate points. Tasmanian tiger, glizzy. I should draw a Tasmanian tiger eating a gherkin or a glizzy or whatever it's called. Whoever calls whoever calls it what. Let me see. I wonder if I do this and then that. No. I'm trying to do something interesting. Uh. Mm. Uh. Hmm. I'll keep it, but I won't do anything with it. I'll draw another one. Not a very good one. Not a very good drawing. I'll do one of them. Or when I first watched the movie, I was like, dude, Andy's straight up just like he's Snufkin, but if he was like 10% more chaotic. I feel like Moomin people would enjoy it the movie just because of that. Like Andy, oh man, he's great. Snufkin, if he were incredibly like honest and like very chaotic. Let me try. I'm gonna draw like a. Let me pull. I have the book here. I'll draw a scene from the book. Let me find. Let me see. Let me find something. Uh. Oh yeah, he made taffy at one point. Okay, I can do that. Taffy. Made taffy. Gherkins. Keep thinking about. Gherkin keeps popping in my head. I probably shouldn't ask that question because now I'm gonna have like the word gherkin stuck in my head all day. You know what I'm saying? You ever get a word stuck in your head? I don't know if that's just a ADD thing, but getting a word stuck in my head is an incredibly common occurrence, as annoying of a occurrence as that is, having issues with just being like, I can't have that word in my head anymore. Like my brain is giving up. I'm losing my senses. It's Let me think. I'm trying to remember if I have. Oh man, gherkin. No, no, gherkin. I can't have the word gherkin stuck in my head. I can't have the word gherkin stuck in my head. It's just a funny word. I like it. I like Irish words. I like how oh man, I love different accents. We were talking about this last time, but we'll get back on that. Accents are just so much fun, dude. Different accents. Having people just people of different places and things saying words in funny ways. It's great. I don't like how people are so like this isn't directed at anybody in specific, just it's very common that people are like, no, this is the right way to say this. Like, it's not it I'm trying to think. That's not a biscuit, that's a cookie. It's like it doesn't matter. I think it's funny either way. I like it. I think it's really freaking cool. I got sentences in my head and I say them over. I have ADD and I get random sentences. Uh, absolutely. Yeah, my brain loops words and loops sentences. Um, my brain is I think if I never had a like a scan on my brain or anything like that. I've had scans on like my other parts of my body, but I've never had a scan on my brain. I feel like if I did have a scan on my brain, I would discover that my brain is probably about the size of a small, maybe like a hmm, probably like the size of a walnut or something. And then it's just like bumping around, like every time, like a bumping around the sides of my skull, like I could feel it. I get those aches sometimes, like with migraines, where I can feel my brain, like it's like my brain that's hurting, and I'm like, why? Why does it hurt so bad? Even though my brain is so small, why does it have to hurt so bad? It's like, why? Why does it have to be this way? All because I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know when or why I get those migraines. Sometimes it just happens. Maybe it's because I draw too much and I look at the screen for too long. It's like I had a migraine at the end of my last stream just because it was 7 hours long. It's like, ugh, I can't do that again. That's why this one's probably only going to be, I think I'm going to go for maybe another hour and then call it a day. But it's going to be normal streaming now. I'm going to stream every Saturday at this time, so it's not going to be sad. I'll be back. I might even stream more during the weekdays. I've I've gotten the urge to on days that I'm free, and then I'm like, well, I don't have anything to do. Yeah. Let me see. My brain is just in juice. It's wet. Oh, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. It bothers me that my bones are wet. I have bones and they are constantly wet, and then one day they won't be. And I don't know if that's even better or worse. The idea of my bones not being wet anymore. But I'm glad I had bones, unlike someone that I'm drawing right here right now. Does not have bones, yet he's able to bend like that. Let me see. I gotta shrink this, or no, move it. Move. There we go. He makes taffy at one point. He teaches everybody how to make taffy. I don't know how he knows how to make taffy. He just does. He might have learned it just from. He lived in an attic for like 50 years or something like that. The only people he had to talk to were like mice that lived in the box with him. Thank you for this awareness. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're very welcome. The awareness of your bones being wet constantly. My eyeballs are constantly wet. Sometimes they're not though. Like last night, it was incredibly cold, and I was working, and I had to go outside to retrieve something, and I had to be out there for a long time. I had to go all the way across a massive parking lot to retrieve something, and at the end of it, there was frost on my eyeballs, and I was not happy about that. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna go outside anymore. I'm not happy about that. Someone else can do that for the rest of the night. there should never be frost on my eyeballs. My eyes should never be frosted over where I can't blink. Ugh, it was incredibly uncomfortable. There we go. Hmm. Yeah. Getting frost on your eyeballs. Yeah, it's a very specific sensation. Um, it wasn't painful. It was just like uncomfortable. It's kind of like you ever get in your like bed, you have like you have a blanket or something that's kind of like fuzzy or maybe or like the bed is kind of like loose, like the fabric and like you maybe like you have like a hangnail on your toe or something and it gets caught in the blanket. It doesn't hurt, but it does like so much damage to you psychically. Like there's like a part of your brain that's like everything about that feeling is wrong and you should leave. Like that is the feeling I got. It was like discomfort, Canadian problems. Having frost on your eyeballs and eyelashes, yeah. Oh man, it's freezing. I don't know what temperature it is right now. I'm gonna look that up actually, cause that's in what it is 11 degrees Celsius right now where I am. In Fahrenheit, it is 51. Oh man, and there's 19 kilometers per hour wind. Very nice, very nice. I like. It gets cold. It gets bitter. Not great. But sometimes my eyelashes freeze together. Ew, God, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that idea. Whoever invented that, that I don't like that. Someone, I have Tennessee. I know this sounds weird, but we get a lot of people from Michigan and Minnesota here to live. Like it gets to a point where some people are just like, you know what, uh, I hate being cold all the time. I'm gonna just live in Florida. They go to Florida, and on the way down, they stop in Tennessee, and then they realize, oh crap, we like Tennessee way better, and then they'll come halfway back up, and they'll stay here. And we get a lot of people that are like, oh, it's not that cold. It's not that cold at all. It feels great. It's a little bit nippy, but it's pretty great. I like this. And it's like, relax, dude. Nobody's attacking you. Nobody's saying it's like freezing, like gonna die, like hypothermia cold. Just, oh goodness. It's like I'm not attacking you. It's like it's cold to me. It's cold to me personally. Personally, my body gets offended by the amount of cold it is, the lack of heat. I'm trying to remember any instances because I remember when I was a lot younger, it got a lot colder. Uh, I remember one time it snowed like a lot. Like there was a lot of snow. There was like maybe about 3 inches of snow on the ground, which is incredible. Like it never happens here. And I we had a trampoline when I was a kid. And going back to my brother, we had a trampoline and it was his favorite. And on the trampoline there was like it had that layer of snow. And I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get on the train. I was about maybe 5 at the time. I'm gonna get on the trampoline and jump on the trampoline with all the snow on it. And I did that, and I rolled up a big snowball. My brother was there. We rolled up a big snowball, and I remember like tossing it around. And at one point, it hit my brother, and it was so heavy. It just like cut like it didn't like bounce off of him or anything. It just kind of like made him fall into the tramp. Like he just was like he was he was gone. Like the snowball the big it was about maybe like the bottom half of like a snowman. It was enough to make like the bottom of a snowman. So my brother like was just like covered in like a big mass of white and I couldn't see him anymore and he freaked out a little bit and I freaked out a little bit. I didn't expect that to happen. Doesn't mean I wouldn't do it again if the event came again. I would, yeah. I would huck a big snowball at my brother and see what happens. I don't know how I was strong enough to do that though, considering I was 5. Yeah. I wonder. Yeah, I've never been skiing or ice skating or anything like that. I want to learn how to do that, ice skating specifically, because I love rollerblading. I used to do it all the time when I was a kid, when I had rollerblades. I don't have any anymore, obviously, because I mean, it's not the on the top list of things to have as an adult. You know, we have a rollerblading rink, but we haven't been going, obviously, because of the sickness, the evil, the evil afoot. Um, but I remember as a kid, yeah, we used to have like rollerblading skate nights is what they would call them at my school, where my school would rent the or no, my school would get like a special pass or like uh ticket sort of situation where like the tickets would be a reduced cost for people who were parents of kids who went to the school or kids themselves, you know. And I remember doing that a lot, like going on, it would be skate night, and we would get to go to the skating rink for way cheaper, so it was a lot of fun to go. I want to do that again. Oh man. I remember having like those dreams though when I was a kid, like wanting to have a birthday at like a skating rink or an arcade or something like that. You know, always in the dream of a child to be like, I want to rent an arcade or I want to go to. I didn't want to ever go to Chuck E. Cheese, thank goodness, but I want to rent out the phaser craze. I want to do laser tag. You know, oh man, I should do that once I get enough money. Like once when I am like an adult and I'm like, hey, I'm turning 48 this weekend and we're gonna go to phaser craze. You know, it's gonna be awesome. That'd be so cool. Yeah, I would go if my best friend was like, hey, I'm turning 36. You wanna come over and you know go over to the phaser craze? It's like, yeah, I do. Why'd you even ask me that? You I, I don't know. The want to romp and to have fun, like we were talking about before, wrestling and fighting and like running around doing crazy stuff. I think that's just a part of human nature, being evil, being chaotic on purpose, you know, having that insatiable desire to cause um some sort of hmm some sort of mischief. There's a joy that comes from that, a specific brand of like, ooh, I'm doing I'm doing something that I shouldn't be, and this is amazing. you know like I never broke the rules much when I was a kid, but now as an adult I've gotten to a point where like I don't do horrible things, obviously. It's just sometimes, you know I'm like, I might just mess around a little bit and you know do something silly, do something crazy, run around run around for a little bit, have one too many juices too late at night, eat some spaghetti at 3 a.m. Yeah, cause some mischief. Oh man, I wish I had like a hmm. I remember like I don't know, like a jungle gym. I wish that was like a normal thing to have as an adult. Like like if you just had a room that was dedicated to like, okay, this is jungle gym. This is place where I can go and I can be monkey for 3 hours a day. It's kind of like nap time. Like we should bring that back, and we should bring back jungle gym. Just have a jungle gym in your house, a place to be evil. you know, hmm, a place to romp. Hmm. I had a jungle gym when in I think it was in my kindergarten classroom. I remember it was a jungle gym. It had like those like monkey bars and things like that. And we had like a little loft in there too, and we would have like like, okay, you've done your reading for the day, just go ahead and like mess around, have fun, you know. Like we had a little carpenter's workbench and things like that. You could nail boards together, um, things like that. I feel like that wouldn't fly nowadays, you know, like the fear of like your kid getting hurt or something like that, you know, or my kid nailed a nail through his finger. But I feel like I don't know. I guess that's the part of me that's like, you know what? Let's let kids have fun. You know, it's like I had so much fun doing stuff like that. I brought home so many like so many like so many times I brought home just three boards nailed together. Cause like, Mom, look what I made. Look at what I made at school today. You know, I feel like, dude, we should bring that back. We should have that for adults. Every office building should just have like a carpenter's workbench where you could just like work out your problems. If you're ever bored or upset or you just want to relax for a bit, nail three boards together. That'd be nice. You know, I don't think I'm alone in that. I hope I'm not in that desire. Everybody asks for nap time back, but what about hmm, what if I were to what if I were to mention maybe the existence of recess? Recess again? Where oh man, I'm jealous of the British. You guys don't have recess, but you have like a tea hour. Is that true? Is that true that you guys have just like an hour that's dedicated to like cup of tea, you know, and then you just have tea for an hour? Because that sounds amazing. I want that. We drink tea here. I drink tea. It's not the same, but it's tea, sweet tea. But dude, I so badly want like, oh, I want tea time. I want tea hour or like romping time, romping stomping time. The time to throw stuff. Is it true, tea hour? Is that real, or is that just like a thing that's like, oh, the British are so weird? You know, they have tea hour. Don't go to Britain. It's freaking weird. Be proud of America. It's like, I think, I think everything. Yeah. Wait, uh, man, I don't know. I don't know anything about Europe. Probably should, shouldn't I? Considering I came from there. Well, my ancestors did. My ancestors came from Europe. Scandinavian, German, all that. That's where I am. Freaking weird. I should know about that. Cup of tea. Gherkin time. Dude, gherkin time. Glizzy time. Glizzy hour. Should we call them gherkins or glizzies? I should make a poll or something. Yeah, I don't know what. It's not. I don't have a Twitter or anything, but dude, I would love to make like a poll. It's like gherkin or glizzy. Like, which do you call it? You know, glizzy, gherkin. I'm not in UK, but we have a mandatory milk break in elementary school years, 1 through 3. Never experienced tea time. Well, who says that then? Who keeps telling me, oh, they have a tea hour. They have a special hour where they drink tea. It's like, I doubt it. Like, I doubt it. It sounds wonderful. I wish it were true. It's like, it sounds too good to be true. It, oh, man. What would the American equivalent be? You know, like, tea is considered, like, the most British, like, thing. It's like, ooh, the British love tea. It's like, what would be the American equivalent? Burger time. Burger time. It probably would be burger time. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if there were places that were like, oh, time for Jimbo to bring out the big old barbecue and have a burger time. Yeah, we've been working for 4 hours straight. Time for burger time. We kind of have something similar at my job. Every now and then, the company is like, oh, we're gonna supply some food for you guys because you're poor little sad sacks of crap. Yeah, we want to make you stay. But I actually do appreciate it. They gave me brunch, hamburger break, burger time. Man, burger time. That's a real game. Burger time, the arcade game. I'm gonna bring that back. Dude, I was talking last time about maybe streaming games. I could stream Burger Time. That could be the first game that I stream, or Mother 3. Or I could do the obvious one, or when the little Moomin game comes out that those people are working on. Oh man, I'd love to play that. I wonder how far they are into it. I want to see what they're doing. I know nothing about coding. I took a class in how to do HTML, but oh gosh, I can't. I can't with that. It hurt. It hurt me. I I could barely make a website, a web page. I'd rather have like, I don't know, big website do it for me. I don't want to, cause like the computer. The problem is that the computer doesn't want to listen to you. It's like, I want this specifically. Like, I want this web page to look like this, and the computer's like, we can't do that. And you're like, why not? And it's like, oh, you gotta find it yourself. It's like, well, I guess I gotta search through all this code that I did for a few hours, and then, see missed, I, what keystroke I missed. Yeah, it won't help you. There we go. Yeah, and Andy, and he's floppy, big floppy. I was listening to the news the other day, and I heard, I don't know when this happened, but I shouldn't be laughing at that. Clowns. Um there was an instance where, I don't know if it's, I hope it's not fake news. I hope it's real, but a clown car got into a wreck. Not where I am. I don't know where this is. I think this is somewhere in like North Carolina or something. Like a clown named Dimples like was in his like little clown car, and he had big floppy clown feet on, and he was like 80 something, and he just like crashed his little clown car. And dude, I felt so bad for him. Like, F in the chat for Dimples the clown when he crashed his clown car. Like, dude, that was so upsetting. Like, part of me was just like, that is, I don't know, my brand of humor falls in there. Like, something about that. Dimples the clown. I want to see how he's doing. I should make fan art for Dimples the clown. Speaking of clowns, my college, the college I go to, has a course in clowning, and I did not know this. I was in band, and we were practicing out on the field, and I was talking to someone, and then we started playing that, clown music, and then I was like, dude, I wish we had a course in clowning. And my friend was like, yeah, we do have a course in clowning. You can take it if you want to. I was like, oh my gosh, I might just do that. I might just be a clown. You know, how many did they find in the car? Nobody died. It was just like a fender bender. It's just, I think there were like 2 or 3 people in there. I wish there was more than that. Like, apparently the reason that clown cars can hold so many people in there is that they hollow the car out. Like, they just like, it's just the husk, the outside of the car. it, it, I didn't, I don't know, man. I'm not a professional clown. I don't know much about clowns, but I do know that they do hollow out the car to fit all those clowns in there. It's so sad that Dimples crashed his little clown car. I wish I could have a clown car. That'd be so cool. Like, that'd be my bride. Dude, if I had if Pimp My Ride was still a thing, and he came to my thing, and he was like, look at this crappy look at this crappy Kia. We're gonna turn this into a clown car. That'd be so cool. Dude, there should be a clown car, Pimp My Ride. Clown car, Pimp My Ride. But it's still, I think, wasn't it Coolio? It's still Coolio. Coolio still does it. It's just clown cars this time. That'd be so cool. I would watch the crap out of that. You would be. You took the clown class. I do need to take the. I don't know how much the clown class costs. I don't know if I could afford to take the clown class. It'd be so cool if I could. Clown class. To be a clown. Clowning. Clowns get a lot of bad rap, man. I feel bad for clowns. Even when I was a kid, when I was also still afraid of clowns. Like I felt bad for clowns because they were just trying to cheer you up, you know. Yeah, clowns don't deserve that. They're just trying to make you happy. Dude, I remember watching a show. I forgot what it was called. It was the Big Comfy Couch. I think that was what it was called. And the main character was a clown, and she had a big couch, and she would like stuff stuff in it, and she would pull stuff out of the couch. Like it was just kind of like a cartoon. Like you know how they would like deep in their like they would go in their pocket and they would pull out whatever. It was like that, but it was live action. It was just a big couch. And I remember as a kid, my parents hated that show because it taught me to like stick stuff in our couch. So they would just like go in the couch, they'd feel something, and then they would dig in there, and there would be like there would be 500 toys, there'd be food, there'd be like random items, just because I was like 3 years old watching a show of a woman, a grown woman, clown, sticking stuff in her couch. You know, it's like that was like I don't think it was it didn't mean to be a bad influence. It didn't mean that, but it happened. You know, I wonder. I watched a lot of oh yeah, that was a thing. Defunct laminated. They did. What's wrong with that? Like, what happened with Big Comfy Cat? Like, what did something bad happen to it or something? Like, was it not? I don't know. Did people not like it or? I'm trying to. Hmm. I wonder. I'm trying to remember anything else that was weird. I watched oh gosh. Uh what was that show? Um Lazy Town. I watched Lazy Town unironically when I was a kid. When it came out. I watched it. I loved it. I miss him. I miss Magnus Carlsen. He's still around and he's still he went around. He did stuff like in America. Like he met Michelle Obama. He did cool stuff like that. It's like, dude, I looked him up recently because I don't remember. I was talking to I think my brother about it. We were talking about that show and how cool it was. You know that they had puppetry and stuff, like the puppets. Oh, I miss it. I gotta get going, but it was really good. I love your art. Thank you. I miss you. It's good to see you too. I'm glad you came. I was worried that nobody would come, even though it was a silly worry. And I will post the art later so you'll be able to see it and stuff. You know, this will be a common occurrence. I also wanted to do my stream earlier this time so that way, you know, people in the UK could come too. You know, I streamed so late last time. I don't th- nobody really could come from the UK, which reasonable. It was midnight for me, and it was probably like four. Let me think. Uh, there's a 6 hour time difference, so it was 6 a.m. when I stopped. So it's like I went all night for you guys, so I didn't want to do that again this time. You know, but it will be consistent this time. This time, yes. There we go. Okay. There we go. I think I'm doing it wrong. I keep wanting to make a hat go up like that, but I think it goes like this. I don't know. I've been doing this one drawing for like the past 30 minutes. I probably shouldn't have. I'll keep it like how it was. No, I won't. Mm, I'll fix it. I'll see what I can do here. Man, I wonder how many people followed me for Moomin and then they were like, "Whoa, like what is this?" Like, what is rag? Like, what is? Because I don't know if it's a big thing. I don't know if Europe knows about it really, or anyone outside of America. But it is like it's like Moomin for here. Um, it was from around the same time period as well. Moomin started in 1912. Raggedy Ann started 1915, I want to say. Yeah, and around the same time period, similar writing, um, soft, both very soft. I'd recommend reading the books. I have a master post somewhere of the books free online. I would give them a check out if you like Moomin books, like the Moomin ones. Yeah. But I wonder how many people were like, "Oh, I didn't follow for this." It's like, what is this? What are these? Why are you drawing a bunch of clowns? Bunch of strange clowns. But yeah, I like them. I think they're cool. That's a pretty good drawing, I guess. Uh, something's wrong here. There's always something wrong whenever I draw them. I'm not too good at it yet. Let me see. Moomin has a weird Disney-like corporate flavor to it over here, though. Oh, does it? That's not good. Well, I mean, I don't hear much about it over here, so that's probably why I don't get that, vibe, which is pretty good, and merch is very expensive. Oh, I want to share a story. I actually have this set up. I think I can do this. If I do this, let me. I'm gonna do something weird. Let me see if I can find this. It's Spencer's has, or no, not Spencer's. It was a Hot Topic. Hot Topic had Moomin shirts, and you can actually buy them. That's like the only place you can buy like Moomin merch in America, which is freaking weird. And there's this shirt. This is the shirt. This is the shirt that I'm looking for. It's like, okay. It says, there's no point in being, oh god, there's no point in being grown up if you can't be childish. Sometimes, and it has like a picture of Snufkin on it. But like the problem is that's a Doctor Who quote, So it's like, um, that's that's really it. And this shirt, well, this is a nice shirt. One of my friends has that one. But like, oh, why? Like, why? The only merch that we get is like incredible, like weird. Like, what happened? Like, what happened? Why did that happen? Why did that have to be that way? It's like, oh, this is great. Oh, great. I can't do anything. It's like, this is the Moomin merch that we have in America. So, I did order a shirt off of Moomin Official, and it took like way longer than it should have to arrive. Um, it's the Storm Maiden one, and I really enjoy it. But yeah, other than that, it is really expensive. Like, I was able to get a Moomin plush on Amazon for really cheap, but yeah, incredibly, incredibly expensive. And that shirt isn't. It's not like it's not expensive. It's, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know why they did that. I don't. I'm gonna draw Snufkin to make up for it. Okay, I'm just gonna, like, Snufkin figurine. Wait, how much is that? I saw on oh gosh, who did I see post it? I think it was Brivet. I think it was Brivet that posted it. Um, and they're gone now. I probably should have mentioned it. That's a someone in Japan got, it was like a Moomin plush that was posable. Like, he had little posable arms. It was just like the regular plush, but you could move his arms around. And gosh, I badly want it, and I don't know where to find it. But it's probably expensive anyway, and I don't have any money right now anyway because, buying gifts for things, for Hanukkah and Christmas, you know, getting gifts for people. I love to give gifts. Let's see. Just Scandinavian thrift store. The fan, because I know that, yeah, there are some like fancy figures and things like that for Moomins and things. Um, I I said a while ago that I collect Moomin stuff, but I don't actively. It's not active. Collect Moomin merch and things like that. Just because I don't have too much money at the moment, and I'm hyperfixating more on raggedy stuff, and that stuff is way more cheap here, and it's way more accessible. because Raggedy Ann is like, you know, it's an American thing. It comes from America. If you go to a thrift store, you're gonna find a Raggedy Ann somewhere. Um, let me see. They're so detailed. Yeah, I did see that. I saw the Snufkin one where it was like incredibly detailed and it was incredibly expensive. Like, oh man, because I think it's just because Moomin is just it's I mean a really old thing. It's just been around for so long. There's so many people. It's been around in so many different. It's just like Mickey Mouse, you know, over here, you know, where they're incredibly expensive things in that because there are people that can't afford it because they've liked it for so long, you know. Just very expensive. The rest is off. Yeah, I like right now. I have been looking at Moomin stuff and seeing like, oh man, this is like I can't it's like I can't afford this as badly as I want this. I can't, you know. So the only things I really have, I have a shirt. Um, what else? I have a two plushies, and I swear I have something else. I don't remember. It might. I don't remember. Goodness, I don't remember. I don't remember at the moment. I think I have something else. I might not though. But my Raggedy collection is growing, and it is the same with the Moomin stuff. Um, there are a lot of Raggedy items that are incredibly expensive. Like I recently got very lucky. Did you hear about the yearly Moomin mugs? I have, and I did see them on the store, and they're incredibly expensive. And I was like, ugh, I can't do that. I don't drink coffee anyway, so I don't have any need for a mug. It would be nice to have one, I guess, to drink juice from, but you know, having a mug, like I do know people that collect mugs, and Moomin mugs are high on their list, you know, especially those very limited edition mugs, like the ones that are from several years back. There was one that like only had maybe like 500 made or something. They have like a certificate of authenticity. Those things, it's like, oh my gosh. Raggedy is the exact same way. Like there are commemorative dolls and things that are that have certificates of authenticity to go with them. Um, I actually have a story about Raggedy merch if you want to hear it, if that interests you, if that piques your interest about something that I bought and then I had to do a big deep dive into what the heck is going on about it because nobody says anything about it. Um, I'm relatively new to the Raggedy sort of situation. Um, so I don't have too big of I don't know much about like what goes into the merch and things like that. You know, the dolls. There are people, avid collectors, who collect the dolls. You know, it's like a huge deal. Um, you know, getting the specific kinds of dolls like Knickerbockers and things like that. Like they have specific names and different values. You know, of what's most valuable in a doll. And with with Raggedy, I don't I don't I don't want to collect the dolls or anything like that. But I did buy the books just because I was like, you know what? I had the Mercari app, and I saw on the app that somebody was selling the first two books as a pair for like $12, and I looked everywhere else, and the books usually run about $6. No wait, they usually run about $10 a piece in print. So I was like, well, this is a good, and I mean, this is a good deal. I might as well just jump on the opportunity, right? And I bought the books. They came, and I opened one of the books, and it had like a piece of paper in it. And I was like, oh, it's probably a letter from the seller saying like thanks for buying it or whatever. And I looked, I have it here, and it's it has two pieces of paper. One of them being like a catalog, and the other one being um, a like a newspaper article clipped out. Both of them being about Raggedy Ann. One of them is like a article. I'm reading it right now. Is it's of the writer Johnny Gruel's son Worth Gruel, and he's in like their catalog and like what Raggedy Ann is, and then there's like a separate catalog of a guy named Kim Gruel, and he's known as the Raggedy Man, and he has like a website called theraggedyman.com or raggedyman.com, and it has like a bunch of like different dolls that you can buy off of there, and like different things like uh special editions of dolls and different books you can get, clothes, collectibles, all those different things. And I was like, huh, that's weird. Like, why did that come with this book? I looked in the book and I looked in the cover and it was signed by Kim Gruel with magical wishes and it has like a little picture on it. And I was like, the seller did not mention this. The seller didn't mention that this was going to be signed. And I was like, who the heck is Kim Gruel? Who is this guy? Who's this man? This man that is just like a secret. Like I looked him up and all that showed up was Johnny Gruel, the writer of the book, which he is not him. So I was like, who is this person? I did research everywhere. I was like, oh my gosh, who is this guy? You know, is he related or is he just like a guy that changed it? Like is like this was before the internet really, so I guess he could have changed his name to his last like just because he liked the book so much. I don't know, but I finally did some digging and I finally found out that he is like the grandson of the writer and that I have a signed copy now of the book that should have been much more expensive had the seller known that it was signed by a relative of the writer. So now I have that, I guess. And I looked around and apparently it's like a treasured thing, I guess, to have a signature on a piece of merchandise that of that guy have that because there are like dolls and things that have signatures of like his signature specifically, not the writer or anything like that, or his son even. Like it's a lot of him. I guess it's because he had I looked and how I found out was because I found a New York Times article that mentioned like an expedition that he was going to have with his dad. Um and like it talked about how often they have these exhibitions all over the country, like with all of these different it's like a I guess like a collector's thing, you know, where people come and they talk about what they're collecting and you know share what they're doing and how much they like Raggedy Ann. I guess like it's just a bunch of old people, you know. But I guess that it was such a weird story. It's so weird and like it's weird that nobody like that's not written anywhere. Nobody talks about it. I don't even know if that guy is still alive. He doesn't have a Wikipedia or anything like that. He didn't like that website is gone now. Like there's no way I can figure out like is this guy still alive? Is he still doing stuff? Is he like what is he doing? Like does he have any other relatives that are trying to bring on the tradition? Like I don't know what's going on with that. Like there's just a lot just a lot. Like I don't know. Uh and you know, I was excited about that, but um I was mostly just like confused. I was like, I guess I have this now. I don't know if that I didn't know for a long time whether it boosted the I don't know if it lowered the price or of the odd item that I got or upped it. I don't know. But it was it's just a weird instance. I don't know if that happens with Moomin stuff at all considering um Tove she died much later in her life. She died much later in life than the writer for Raggedy Ann did. He died in his 40s. So his son had to kind of continue the tradition for things like that. His wife had to, you know, do all the marketing and things like that after he passed. Um, but Tove, she's been around for a really long time, so I don't know if like signatures of her are from her are common or not, especially on merchandise. You know, looking into it. Like now that I think about it, I haven't seen any merchandise that has any signatures of Tove. You know, maybe because people don't want to sell that. or unless it just goes on auction or something like that, or maybe like more of her personal work. Like I saw, what was it, writings, to Tulicky. I think they went on auction recently, something like that. Um, you know, more personal work that isn't really signed or anything is considered really valuable. But I haven't seen anything specifically like a plush or mug or anything like that that was signed by her. You know, maybe it was signed by her brother or something, Lars. But yeah, I don't know. I don't collect. For a long time, I never really collected anything of a specific like. I wasn't like a Disney kid or anything like that. I didn't collect Mickey Mouse stuff. I didn't collect anything of a specific character. Now that I'm older, I'm doing that, which is strange, I guess. But collected stones and things like that. I still collect stones. I have a collection. I should probably I need to post it. I need to post it. I got to remind myself to do that. I have a big collection of rocks that I have. Like on my table right now, for example, I have a big let me see. It's a orb of what's that? Strawberry quartz, and I think that's a dragon. What is that? Dragonstone? No. What's that called? Rainforest jasper. Let me see. What are you? Pink opal, malachite, and candle quartz on my desk at the moment. On my other desk, I have so much more. I have a big hematite sphere. Got a bunch of spirit quartz over there, calcite, fluorite, all that. I love it. Yeah. Now that you mentioned it, she passed away not long ago. Yeah, she did. 2005. Was it 2005? Was it that recently? I thought it was in the 90s that she passed away. Maybe not though. Now that I think about it, you might be right. It might be in 2005, maybe that recently. Yeah. When was she born? Was she born? It couldn't have been 2000. She would have been way older. When it? When did? Let's see. Ugh. When did? She died in 2001. Holy crap. Jesus. Okay, so she was born in 1914. Okay, I was way off. Um, yeah, huh. That's pretty crazy. I didn't expect that. Huh. That's, yeah, that is really recent. Yeah. Man, I thought she died much earlier. I thought she was born much sooner than that. I thought she was born maybe in the 1800s for some reason. I thought that. I don't know why. Let me think. Yeah, I guess it's just because Moomin has such like a. It seems like a much older thing. You know, it seems like it's been around for a really, really, really long time. You know, even older than it actually is. You know, in terms of, I don't know, it just feels like a fairy tale. You know, like a Grimm's fairy tale. It feels like something that would have been around for an incredibly long time. You know, which it has been. Um, in America, absolutely not. It's not popular at all. Nobody. Which is a shame. I do sometimes meet people though that have like a Moomin button on their bag or something. Uh, like from the Moomin boom, obviously. Like I see that a lot where it's the one of Snuck holding a knife or something like that, or Moomin holding a knife. You know, like I see that a lot. Especially on campus. You know, college. People have buttons like that. Uh, and there are a lot of, let's see, I don't know, there are a lot of like nerdy people in in college, so you know you get a lot of that. You know, a lot of more quirky, especially in um the animation college that I'm in, like the College of Media and Entertainment, as they say. Um, you get a lot more kooky people that like kookier media. Um, for example, Raggedy Ann. People that like, I know a lot of people that are way into Richard Williams' other movies, like The Thief and the Cobbler. Yeah, I know a few people that like that. That's their favorite movie. A few animators that they're like, wow, yeah, like that's my favorite thing. You know, so there's a lot of that in there. Let me see, The Thief and the Cobbler. Yeah, that's a good movie. I still haven't seen it in full. I don't think I need to, cause I think it what was it? The Tales from Moon Valley was a required reading in elementary. I watched the cartoon as a kid. Only read the books in college. Jeez. I still haven't read any of the Moomin books. I should. um, I've read some bits and bibbles, though, um, and I really enjoy how she writes. Um, even though even though that they're supposed to be meant for kids, I really enjoy, how visual the stories are. How they're really including a lot of descriptors of like location and such. I really enjoy it. Um, I really like kids books. Yeah, I don't read uh too much in general. Uh, but dive I have been diving into kids literature since I'm gonna start illustration soon. To get that vibe. Uh, the feeling of that the warmness you get when you see a kid's book, especially one that's you've read when you were a kid. Like I remember I read a lot of Junie B. Jones and what was it, The Magic Tree House. I read a lot of those. Like, those were my favorites. um I think I read Spiderwick Chronicles too. Like I read a lot when I was a kid. It's sad that I don't read anymore. It's like I don't know. I prefer more visual mediums. I think I just, my brain works better. I enjoy it. I have way more fun, you know, watching something or creating animation. Making something visual. Because reading, the book has to be really good, for it to work out. Yeah, they absolutely do. I think it's also just because Moomin has been around for so long that there's been so many different adaptations. You know, uh, it's just been around for so long. It's almost almost 100 years old, didn't it? Didn't it just turn 80 or 90 or something like that? Something to the effect of that. So yeah, like, geez, books are very dreamlike. Yeah, yeah, they're very like literal is the word, I guess. It's like something would be a way and it would just that would just be how it is. I don't like it would just be a very straightforward way of saying like what was happening. Uh, it's like when something would happen, you immediately know like, oh, okay. Like she would just straight up say it. Like there wouldn't be any beating around the bush really. It's just very literal and how it was written from what I've read. Yeah. Yeah, when Tove stopped drawing those, I did you see there was something I saw recently. You can get burnout really easily, even if it's something you love drawing or doing, or if it's your own creation, you could absolutely hate it after a while if you're like forced to do it over and over and over and over. Um, like there was a comic that she made or a little drawing that she made to Tuliki, I think, and it was just her like with a gun like pointed at the Moomin characters. And she's like, I freaking like I'm so done. I'm so tired. Like she hated working on it after a bit. She just got so tired of having to keep up with it. Um, and I kind of feel that sort of like I know what that feels like, to have someone enjoy something that you made, and it can just be exhausting, like trying to keep up with it. Um, like oh God, I made this one post ages ago, and it made the rounds, and it still keeps getting reblogged, and I'm like in my brain, I'm like, I want to take that post down so badly. It's the one of Snufkin, Wart, and Clancy fusing into an alligator. Like I made that, and I expected it to be like nothing, and then but now it's like the most popular post I've ever made, and it keeps making rounds. And it's like, oh God, I want to destroy it. I want to get rid of that. I don't like it. You know, uh, sometimes you just get burnout. Yeah, it was just, uh, it can be exhausting sometimes. Having to keep up, especially, I don't know. I think it's just because too, Moomins is so universally liked. Like I don't know anybody that hates it, which is pretty crazy. But then again, I don't really know too many people that like it in general in person. It's just, you know, I don't know how to describe this. Uh, you you can after a while of enjoying something, you're just like, okay, your brain wants something else. Wants to look for something else. At least for me, that's how it is. I get hyperfixations maybe once every 6 months. Moomin is the one exception. I've liked it for more than a year now. I'm starting to slow down on it, but I still enjoy it a lot. But I've had like 4 hyperfixations in the past maybe semester, if I can think. No, not that many. I've had maybe a few, like a couple. Like I had a I was hyperfixated on Earthbound a few years ago, and then I got back into it again and made a bunch of art for it. I still like it a lot. It's just that it's not on my brain. It's in the back burner right now. I really like Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown came about halfway through the semester just because I started reading the comics again, enjoying that. A lot of my inspiration comes from Schultz for how I draw and how I do comics and things if I ever do those, and expressions and things like that. Um, and I think there's something else. Hmm. Sometimes like a hyperfixation could last for I don't know what can I don't know the definition of a hyperfixation, but sometimes I'll have days where like I'll think about one thing specifically. Of course, it's not a hyperfixation because it doesn't last it doesn't last. But some days I'll just be like, oh man, I remember that, and then I'll think about that all day. Like I had that with I've had that with like specific characters or things like that, or things from my past. Characters that I really enjoyed. Um, like I've had a week where I was just like obsessed with My Melody from Hello Kitty and like Care Bears and things like that. Like wanting to latch onto something, especially during the semester when everything was really stressful. Like my brain was looking for any bit of serotonin it could. It's like, oh, I gotta make it. I gotta make it. Um, you know, I gotta think or draw or do something that I enjoyed. You know, looking for that bit of nice. You know. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Here we go. Hmm. I'll do. Hmm. I'll make. No. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. As a kid, I didn't know what ADHD was. I thought it just meant that you were really hyperactive, and I didn't really understand that. Oh, I have it. Like, oh, that's a thing that I have. I have that. That's me. you know. But now it's good that I have that information, and it's like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I know what I am. I have hyperfixations. That's completely normal. I'm mostly just a a lurker, but oh my gosh, I really enjoy your art. It gives us. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's so kind. Uh, I yeah. I I like to work on yeah, what's that called? Expressions, things like that. Getting expressions down. Um, I think that's the one thing that I'm really good at and that I'm really proud of. You know, getting expressions. Even if I don't draw them too frequently, whenever I do, uh, it ends up coming up right. You know, even if I have to break the rules a little bit, like for example, um, I have like a this isn't a real rule obviously, but whenever I draw Snufkin, he doesn't have teeth. Just because there's there's never an instance in the shows or anything like that where I've seen him have teeth. You know, it's like a very consistent um depiction of him like to not have teeth. Um, so I try to draw him without teeth, and sometimes I have to break that rule. Um, and I have to be like, well, I can't do this expression without him not having teeth. Um, or with Raggedy Ann, they can't blink; they don't have eyelids. But sometimes I have to break that rule and be like, okay, I gotta cave, and make this expression look really good. Make them have teeth or blink or anything like that. I don't give them teeth. I don't give Raggedy Ann teeth. That would really mess with it. There we go. Yeah, this is nice. I like this little doodle. Um, hmm. I'll make his. Uh, I don't know what. I'll make it. There we go. It's hard to draw white on white. Like the eyes, the sclera of the eye on Moomin is really rarely shows up in my art, and I don't like doing the shine in the eyes. I feel like it adds a little too much detail, and often the light is diffused, so there would be no point in adding a eye shine. It wouldn't look right. Like if I did it now, it would look too cutesy. It would look wrong. Yeah. Doll with teeth sounds rather uncanny. Yeah. I didn't mean that was a slip of the tongue. I never give them teeth. Well, their faces are painted on, so it wouldn't it wouldn't look it wouldn't look like those dolls that you see that have like it's like those cursed images of like, oh, this bear with you, like the dentures put in it. It's like it wouldn't look like that. It would look more. I could doodle it really quick. I want to see what this looks like actually. Once I finish coloring these in, yep, I colored it, and I'll go around. Quick color job here. Quickly color in, and his scarf being like a dusty topaz color, and boots. Yeah. Took me a long time to get Snufkin's collars right because most of him is green. Getting the differences in the greens was very difficult. I've gotten to a point now with picking colors. I think I'm way more confident than I was maybe about a year ago, which I'm grateful for. Let me see if I can. What color should these benches? I'll do this. Yeah, that's good. There we go. Done. There we go. Yeah, that's a good little doodle. I'd say so. Just to color the lines in there. There we go. I like the blue. Okay. Let's see. if they had teeth, it would. Okay. I have 10 minutes. I have 10 minutes until I have to stop stream, so I'll do this incredibly quickly, and then I can maybe do uh one last request or answer some questions. I don't want to stream for too long today. I'll make this Anne because I drew Andy earlier. Um, doll with teeth. That sounds awful. Oh God, it already looks terrible. Okay, I'm just gonna see how this goes. See, really, their faces are very hard to nail. Very hard. Yeah, I think they're the most difficult characters I've ever had to learn how to draw, and that's, you know, I mean, of course I didn't have to learn how to draw them. It's just, it's in my nature to draw things I enjoy. You know. The hair, I figured it out early on, how to do that. But things like let's see. Mm, very uneven hair she has. And you gotta make it kind of look like a rag. There we go. Like a rug or something. Shag carpet. A single large tooth would, like like Isabel? No. That I'm part I'm trying to like visualize it. I might have to quickly color this so that way my brain can see it. I'm just gonna go quickly. Like my brain can't see it. My brain wants to see it as a tongue. Like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It looks. I'm. I'm just. uh, I'm speechless. I'm speechless. And the colors aren't right, but uh, uh, I don't know, man. It looks. It looks okay. It just looks weird. Like it looks. I don't know. It looks okay. It doesn't look wrong. It doesn't look putrid. It just looks different. Like I don't understand. Hmm. Like I'm trying to like. It looks like Isabel. That's what it looks like. It just looks like Isabel from Animal Crossing. Like that. Like even the hair. Like I. It, it's the same. It's the. It is. Like that. I don't. I don't know, man. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I mean, if it were me, if I had to change the character design, I wouldn't change it to this. But like, it doesn't look wrong. It looks cute. It's weird. It reminds me of Patrick Star. It looks like Isabel. It looks like her. It's Isabel. I I I drew it wrong. I didn't. Wah 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 wah. There we go. It's yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's Isabel. Same proportions. It's who she. Same face. It's just too. Well, maybe if it was like a different mouth, maybe if it looks like uh hmm. Well, let let me see. If I did this, made it maybe open and see how that looks. Uh, uh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 That doesn't look right. Or maybe if it were like that. I don't know how I would give him teeth. uh, yeah. Okay. Okay, that's good. That's spooky. Spooky. That's nice. I like that. It looks really like inappropriate. Like it's not right. It's inappropriate for the character, but it'd be good if she had like a Halloween episode and she was like Dracula. There we go. Eh, At least it's not like I don't know. Single buck tooth wouldn't look right with this mouth open. It. Uh, Let me see if I can do that. Uh, or maybe like the single like it's supposed to be like a bar of teeth, where like each tooth isn't individually drawn. Ew, God, it looks weird. It looks like a Jeff the Killer fan art or something on DeviantArt from 2006. It's like, oh my goodness, I'm not. It's not me. Not me, dude. Not me. Oh, okay, I'm gonna. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let me see what else I can do. If because like the fun part about Anne is that she kind of has like a cat mouth. Yeah, like her mouth wants to curl up over here and over here, sorta. It's like a cat mouth. She had a cat tooth. That would be nice. There we go. I swear, if like if a new movie or something comes out and this is the design they use, I'd like I don't know. I don't know if I'd endorse it, man. Like I'd be like, "Oh, why? Why'd you do that?" Hmm. It reminds me of like what? It looks so weird. No teeth. No teeth, no eyelids. No eyelids. You can't do eyelids either unless they're in the middle of blinking. Because without like with eyelids, because their eyes are shoe buttons. The eye, the sclera of the eye is painted on. Um, so like there's no way to make them half lidded without the shoe buttons peeking through, unless it were like a smear frame. And you want it to just be like, okay, this character's gonna blink for an inch a second. You know, we can do that. Yeah. That I don't, and I don't. If if I, I, I I'm trying to say something. I can't. If she, hmm. I've seen people like take their dolls and then remake them into like new thing, or like they'll thread in new hair or something, and they'll be like the hair will be colorful, so like her hair will be like usually Raggedy Ann's their hair isn't that brown, it's like this bright red color. Um, so they'll change it to a different color. I've seen like a lot of people do blue and stuff like that. So it wouldn't be surprising if she was something like I don't yeah, like an anime Genki girl. It's like blue hair. Blue hair. Let's see what that looks like. She would just be Sonic. Sonic girl. No. Girl with blue hair. That looks like oh god, what character is that? Ramona Flowers. Every time I see a character with blue hair like this, I think of Ramona Flowers. You know what I'm saying? or like the girl from Lazy Town. Dude, I should do that. I should make like different Anns with like different colored hair. That'd be so cool. I should do that. Yeah, I did that with Snufkin a while ago. I should do that with Anne. Okay. It's about that time. It's about 3 o'clock. I know. About it's sad. I've been streaming for 3 hours though, and the stream will be up on my YouTube, so you can watch it whenever you want. I'm also uploading all this art to my Tumblr, so you'll be able to see it later. I'll quickly go through all of what I've done today. I did this one earlier of Andy making taffy. Let me see. This one you saw, I think. Let me see. What? An Ann I drew earlier today that I didn't like. A couple wackos. Little Mai going down the snow. The sketch of that, and a Moomin with a four-leaf clover. So that's a good sizable amount of art in a 3 hour time period. Um, that makes them look friendlier. Yeah. Oh man, you got to be careful with character design and things like that. Maybe next time, next stream I do, I'm gonna stream this time every Saturday, noon to 3 noon Central Standard Time, um, until maybe about 3 o'clock. Some days maybe longer. Maybe some days in the week I'll have like a little surprise stream where I stream for a little bit. Um, but yeah, I got a bunch of art done today, and it was good to see and talk to you guys, and do some requests and have some little fun art time. If there's any other questions or anything like that, I'm happy to answer them. Anything like that at all. The earlier stream time is very appreciated. Yeah, I knew that that would be a big help in, getting people in. It's early for me considering it's noon and people don't usually, start relaxing around noon, um, or up to watch streams, midday. But I did want to have time for people in Europe and Asia to have time to watch my stuff, because I didn't really realize how many people followed me are in Europe. So, you know, um, that's good. I'm glad that happened. Sorry if you missed the first one, but the first one is available on my YouTube if you want to go ahead and look at that or anything. I know it is kind of long. I might at some point, if anything extremely interesting ever happens, I might make like a compilation of the most interesting things that happen. I don't know. Maybe something like that, so that way people can have like little bits and pieces of stream without having to, watch a 4 hour instance of me just drawing the same thing. Um, but yeah, I'm glad everybody got to join in this time. It's good to see everybody. That's kind of the reason I do these things. I don't do it for money or anything like that. None of these videos are going to get monetized. I know that. But I just like to, have some time, spend some time with you guys. You know. Shifting stream time works too. Yeah. I might do some later in the day if people really want. If people are working during the day, I guess, in my time zone, and they want to see what I'm doing, I might do that, or I might have a stream in the weekday that's meant for something like that later in the evening, so that way people are off. I still haven't figured everything 100% out yet. I'm also maybe considering about the audio is very quiet. That might be a problem. Let me see. Is that better? It's starting to almost peak for me. Uh, yeah, I think it's just because OBS has a hard time converting into YouTube streaming with audio devices for me. I'm also not using a proper microphone. I'm just using headset. So um, the ability to hear me is probably much lower than it should be. Um, but let me see. What was I saying? I was saying something else. I don't remember what I was saying. Um, what was I? I was thinking about switching over to what was it? Twitch, because Twitch has the ability for people who want to join in on drawing to join in with me, which would be really nice. I don't know how to work Twitch just yet though, which I might be able to get done next week or maybe the week after. I don't know too once the new semester starts in the spring, uh, how soon I'll be able, like how frequently I'll be able to have streams. Um, I don't know, having streams way more frequent. Oh, um, yeah, if you have Windows, you could configure the input. Yeah, yeah, I do. I have been configuring input on these. They should be. I had to turn down the sensitivity last time, which is probably the issue. I had birds in my room last time, so I didn't want the microphone to pick up on them. So I can fix that now, considering I'm gonna be starting. I'm gonna stream from my apartment from now on, so it won't be too loud, the outside space. But I might switch over to Twitch because especially with the later stream that I had last time, a bunch of people wanted to join in drawing with me and do things like that. It was almost kind of like a learning session, teaching people how to animate and edit and things like that. Like my learn how I do things. So switching over to Twitch would be more viable option for things like that. As for YouTube, I'll still be able to upload the stream. I'll be the software I use to stream records everything that I do anyway, so I can just re-upload it to YouTube as a separate video and maybe even add some editing over it so that way it's more enjoyable to watch, that sort of thing. Um, you know, that sort of situation. So if anybody has any other questions or anything like that, or just wants to say hello, um, I gotta hop off in a moment. I feel bad cutting it short, but it's all right. I'm gonna do this frequently. It's nice, weekly. I look forward to it. It's nice get to talk to you guys and share some inside secrets with how I draw and make art or make animations and things like that. You know, every time I do this, I always show something that's kind of off camera. It's something that you don't usually get to see. Little secrets, little creaky secret sneaky seekers. Yeah. Well, it was nice to have a stream, and it was nice to get to see you guys. And you're welcome, man. I'm glad you came. I'm glad you stick around. I often I think I'm boring. I don't get to do too much. It was nice to see you guys. It was nice to talk. It was nice to draw. It was nice to get to do some little requests and things like that. I do requests every time I stream, so it's it's nice to get to have that little connection. Sometimes I feel like I don't get that at Tumblr. Not getting to talk to you guys. So it was nice to see you guys. I'm gonna hop on off. I'll post all of this later today. I might just post this right now anyway. Um, but it's good to see you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end it off here. I'm bad at ending things. I'm bad at wrapping things up. But I'm just gonna go ahead and you know, everybody have a nice day. If you get tired on the drive home, pull over, have a nap. Don't forget to brush your teeth tonight. Do all those good things. So I'll see you guys next Saturday at this time, or maybe later. Who knows? So thank you guys for coming. It was